suspicion, 'cause I ain't quite as dumb as I seem. Oh, you said you was never intending to break.
Welcome to Indiana.
Here's your forecast. It'll be cloudy with rain, chance of a wintry mix tonight, low of 25, wind chill about 13. For Friday, partly cloudy, scattered snow showers at a high near 30, wind chill at 14. Friday night, clear, low of 22, wind chill about 11. And Saturday, cloudy, a high near 44.
Welcome to Indiana High School basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. The Coca-Cola pregame show with Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix is next.
Rick Rabb, 5 Star in the Knox Mall. There's a reason why we're called the We Care Food Store.
That's because we care about you, Tony. We care about our customers, and by the prices you're going to hear, you'll know we care about you. 80% lean, that means it's 5-star quality ground beef, family pack, $3.88 a pound. Prairie Farms, 1, 2, or skim. You know the price, you know the item. It's an every week favorite at 5 Star, $3.99. Where's that 5 Star?
In the Knox Mall.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Welcome to the Coca-Cola pregame show. Now, here are the voices of K99.3, Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Tonight, the Culver Cavaliers host the South Central Satellites in the second to last week of the regular season. This is Indiana High School basketball. For the last 57 years, we've experienced sports broadcasting greatness here on WKVI. For that, we tip our hat to Harold Welter and thank him for his dedication and service to local high school sports. Thank you to our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, who is back at KVB headquarters, making sure we are broadcasting out to you live. Joining us tonight is one of our sports analysts, special guest and proud sponsor of KVB Sports, Brian Hammond. With us tonight also as our sports analyst, two-time Indiana High School basketball state champ coach, Terry Minix. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. This is Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. And we welcome you to John R. Nelson Gymnasium in Culver, Indiana, 46511. These two teams will be providing us Thursday night entertainment as we are set to continue the new era of Kankakee Valley Broadcasting Sports on 99.3 FM and around the world, streaming live on WKVI.com. As we get ready for our 34th basketball broadcast of the season, we have seen both of these teams in action at one point or another. The last time we saw the Cavs of Culver was on December 10th, where they took on the Knox Redskins here in John R. Nelson Gymnasium. The Cavs prevailed in that early season matchup 52-29. Since that time, the Cavs have kept it pretty even. They saw a 4-game winning streak, then a 5-game losing streak, followed by a 3-game winning streak. From talks with head coach Kyle Evans, the Cavs have dealt with some injuries unfortunately that have plagued some of their best players. Evans, who is in his 3rd year leading the boys program, is talked quite frequently about his defensive approach, one of the many attributes he brings to the table in coaching these Cavaliers. The Cavs come into tonight at 9-9 on the season. Leading the way for the Cavs in the scoring department is Emiliano Ortiz, averaging 14.8 points per game. Shane Schumann leads this team in rebounds, averaging 8.4 per game. Ethan Keller leads the team in assists, averaging 5 per game. And Joey Pizar leads the team in steals, averaging 3.4 per game. We turn now to our sports analyst for this evening, Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. And as always, Terry Minix. Fellas, how are we?
Doing good.
It's good to have you here tonight. It's good to have you. Well, welcome back, Brian. I appreciate you joining us for another one.
Yeah, it's Indiana basketball, and you know Culver is they're in my heart.
Oh well, absolutely. Used to be a softball coach here at Culver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 5 seasons, not long enough. But if I came back to it when the kids are older, this would be my first look.
Well, Culver's a special place in Brian Hammond's heart, and we're so glad he's joined us tonight. Let's get right into it. I know it's been a while, Coach, and Brian, I know you may be coming into this blind, but from the rundown I just gave us, give us your thoughts. I'll start with you, Coach.
Our thoughts on?
Yeah, give us your thoughts on the Culver Cavaliers.
Well, the Culver Cavaliers, you know what they're going to bring to you. You know, Coach is going to have that 2-3 zone. I mean, he's a defensive-minded coach. He's going to be all over. He's going to be very aggressive, and they're going to push the ball up and down the floor.
What do you think from the rundown I gave, Brian?
Well, it sounds like Pizar with the steals, you know, talking about defensive-minded. They're probably going to look, I don't know, if they're playing zone, they may press. But if they're going to move it up the floor quickly, maybe try to get out to a quick lead.
Well, we'll see what happens as we turn the page and look at the Satellites of Union Mills, Indiana. Head coach Eric Spear is in his 7th season at the helm. The Satellites have had a tough road this season. Eric Spear talked about it a few weeks ago on the Saturday Sports Line. He said the effort is there and the record doesn't implicate the type of basketball these Satellites can play. And we were able to catch a glimpse of them at the end of last month where they took on the Tri-Township Tigers, winning at the launch pad 55-40. Since that time, they have lost 4 straight, but have had some great production out of their young and up-and-coming stars. Coach, I think you'll remember this name, Jay Huerta, the freshman. Jay led the team in scoring 6 days ago against Washington Township in a tough loss with 27 points. He showed us in that game against Tri-Township he has the pieces to become something special for the Satellites. The Satellites come into tonight at 4-14 on the year. Leading the way for the Satellites in the scoring department is freshman Jay Huerta, averaging 12.3 points per game. Leading the squad in rebounding is Braden Lautenbach, averaging 4.4 boards per game. Colton Bennett leads the team in steals, averaging 1.3 per game. Colin Ward leads this team in assists, averaging 2.8. Coach, you've seen the Satellites just once that I know of this season. What would be something you hope to see out of them tonight?
Well, I think, like you talked about Jay, I think the game we saw him against Tri-Township, I mean, he was very impressive. He got off to a good start, kept him in the game for, got him off to a good start, and they ended up, obviously winning that game. But he shot the ball extremely well, and I think they'd be looking for him for the most part.
Well, and I know my eyes are deceiving, but boy, it looks like he's even grown since the last time I saw him, Coach.
Well, and he's not a freshman anymore. I mean, it's come to that point in the season. I mean, he's
growing up. Brian, what would be a message to a young, struggling team trying to build the pieces for a potential postseason run you're thinking?
I think it's small victories. You find small victories here and there and use those as positives to push forward. And then, in Indiana, we all make the tournament, and that's a new season.
Well, we appreciate you joining us on the Coca-Cola pregame show, refreshing the world, making a difference. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors as the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking, in 4-hour dinners with friends, in that first bite of something new, and in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Who's in? Who's out? It's the Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report with Mitch Columbi. Mitch?
Thank you, John Thompson. The Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been serving lives of the residents of Pulaski County and the surrounding area since 1963. We appreciate them supporting local high school sports. We have 2 injuries to report tonight, one of which is Colton Bennett of the South Central Satellites, their second leading scorer on this team, and also their leader in steals I just mentioned a moment ago. Coach Spear told me in the pregame interview that right before we actually recorded it, that Colton came down on a layup this past week and thought he was good to go, but when he put some weight on that foot, it looks like after they checked it out a little bit more, he has actually broken his foot. So our thoughts are definitely with Colton Bennett, as that is a huge hit to this South Central Satellite team. Another person that might be out tonight is Braden Lautenbach. He's game time decision right now. He's been under the weather all day, Coach Spears said. So that is our Pulaski Memorial Hospital Injury Report. Stay tuned as the Marian University Ancilla College Coaches Corner is next. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, Stark County Co-op.
Let's talk with the coaches on the Ancilla College Coaches Corner with Mitch Columbi.
All right, I'm here with head coach of the Culver Cavaliers, Kyle Evans, here as we come into the latter portion of the season, ready for tournament time. What is it that you're seeing out of your Cavs that you're liking this stretch of the season?
You know what I'm liking? We're starting to see some other guys step up and be efficient for us offensively. David Height's been really good as a sophomore, stepping up. Had a career high 19 against Pioneer the other night. Joey Piser's been coming around and scoring really well for us the last month or so. So it's nice to see those guys come around and step up their game. We've had Ortiz out injured for a little bit, so it's been big for those couple guys to really step up for us.
What do you know about the South Central Satellites?
Well, they play really, really hard. They compete. They're athletic. They got athletes in all 5 spots. They like to play fast. We don't. So, it's going to be a contrast of different styles of play, and we're going to have to be able to control the boards and control tempo tonight.
Anything you're hoping to see from your boys out on the floor?
I'd really like to see us defensively control the tempo, make them really work for good shots, not quick open looks, threes, those sort of things, take away their transition. And likewise on the offensive end, control the tempo, work for our best shot, not the quickest shot. So those, controlling tempo on both ends is what I'm looking forward to.
Message to Cavalier Nation.
Let's get them.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome to Marion University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marion University. Marion's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marion University is ranked third most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News & World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marion.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marion.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome back to the Marion University Ancilla College Coaches Corner. I have with us head coach of the South Central Satellites boys basketball team, Eric Spear. Here we are into the season already. Time's flown. Coach, coming into this game against Culver, what do you know about the Cavaliers?
They're tough. They play very physical. They get out and trap you. They try to create some chaos and some havoc. So we're going to have to beat them down the floor with the way we play. And then when we don't, we're going to have to play with some pace and make quick decisions and not hold on to the ball.
Is there anything in particular that you're hoping to see from your boys out on the floor tonight?
I want to see us have some resilience and some toughness. We just lost our best player to a broken foot, and we're having some health issues. So I'd like to see us have a little bit of response, have a little bit of swag about us, for lack of a better term, and just come out and be ready to compete.
Message to Satellite Nation this evening.
Hang with us. We're getting better every day. Go Satellites.
Appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has it in stock. From sampan, aqua patio, and sweetwater pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver Portside Marina can help. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 842-5000. Culver Portside Marina.
Now it's time for the keys to the game. Sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen.
All right, as we get set for Indiana High School basketball action, what are your keys to the game as a Culver Cavalier tonight, Coach?
Well, the big thing is take care of the basketball and limit Satellites to one shot each time down the floor.
All right, now flip sides. You're the head coach of the South Central Satellites. What do you want to see out of your boys tonight on the floor?
Well, be able, take care of the basketball, but be able to attack that 2-3 zone that you're going to see, and that trapping they're going to put all on you when Coach Evans does that.
That's your keys to the game, sponsored by the Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by Marion University's Ancilla College. Hey, if you're looking for a place to continue your education, visit marion.edu/Ancilla. Time to grab a Coke, sit back, and chill as the Coca-Cola pregame show continues. Our starting lineup is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Have you ever wondered how much I could sell my vehicle for? Well, Auto Park Chevrolet GMC can help with that. We're looking to buy your vehicle. It is a quick, simple process that puts money in your pocket. Stop by the Auto Park on Oak Road for one of our sales professionals to assess your vehicle and have a cash price for you in moments. If you're looking to trade, we have stacks of inventory for you to choose from, or you can walk away with a check in hand. Don't hassle with listing on Marketplace or waiting forever to sell it privately. Let us make you an offer today. Auto Park Chevrolet GMC. Check us out at www.autoparkchevroletbuickgmc.com or call 574-936-5590 or come to see us next to Walmart in Plymouth.
This presentation of our area's local high school sports is sponsored by Pulaski Memorial Hospital in Winamac. Pulaski Memorial Hospital is dedicated to providing excellent health care to improve the health and quality of life for the people and the community they serve. They will meet the community's needs and exceed their expectations by creating the best possible health care experience. For more information of the services they provide, call 946-2100.
Now it's time for the starting lineups.
For the Cavaliers of Culver, starting at point guard is Ethan Keller. At the 2 guard is David Height. Starting at the small forward this evening is Joey Pizar. At the 4 is Oliver Morgan. And at the 5 is Shane Schumann. For the Satellites of Union Mills, starting at point guard is Colin Ward. At the 2 is Jay Huerta. Starting at the 3 is Derek Welsh. At the 4 is Clayton Strow. And at the 5 is Braden Grass. But we are still a game-time decision is for Braden Lautenbach. And if they decide to go with Braden, he will take that 5 slot. But if he cannot go, it will be Braden Grass. So that is our starting lineup for tonight as we will be back to get set for tip-off. You are listening to KVB's WKVI.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columbi on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. And that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Kankakee Valley Broadcasting bringing you Indiana High School basketball on 99.3 FM, The Valley.
From John R. Nelson Gymnasium in Culver, Indiana, we welcome you back for this boys basketball matchup between the Culver Cavaliers and the South Central Satellites. I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues here on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting as WKVI will always be there. We also want to let you know Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WYMR will always be there too. As a matter of fact, join the boss Tony Ross on Max 98.3 FM every day as well for even more content involving your area. Between WYMR and WKVI, Kankakee Valley Broadcasting has you covered. Hey, don't hesitate to follow us on social media. We are on Facebook at Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. With us tonight as a special guest sports analyst is Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. We also, as always, have with us this evening two-time Indiana High School basketball state champ Coach Terry Minix this evening. Fellas, 6 minutes to go. We're going to have to pretend to be friends here and chat for a little bit.
I don't know. You got us up here so high again with this rail. I'm going to need a booster seat to see over this rail.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm trying to keep stats. Hopefully I can see numbers and I can hear the announcer when he says it. So.
Well, I got us the nice thick cushion chairs. I thought that would be
enough. Baby steps.
Boy, Coach, you really hard on me this season.
I'm glad he's here to help me help you.
Help me help you. Okay. Well, I will let our listeners know we have some exciting news. We have added one more game to our regular season broadcast, and that will be next Friday night, a week from tomorrow, in Knox at Harold Weinberg Gymnasium for the Knox Redskins Senior Night, and we are so glad to be adding that to the broadcast schedule. And I'll be there on hand, and we'll have a very good game, as that will be our last regular season basketball broadcast. I mean, I just can't get over it. I really cannot. It seemed like football season felt longer than this almost. Time flew, Christmas came, and it's just here we are.
Yeah, it's been actually a very nice winter for Northern Indiana. I mean, I don't know about in the heating business if it's really a good thing.
It's been okay, So we set ourselves up for success, and we don't rely on the weather. We try not to. So.
Well, and I told him last week or whenever we were on the air, I said I'd text you when my pipes froze underneath the house. And, boy, I appreciate you answering the text because I got my pipes thawed and we're okay. No leaks, nothing leaks, so we're good.
That's always a good thing.
Nothing burst.
Yeah, frozen pipes are a tricky situation because there's really not much we can do until we thaw them out. And once you do thaw them out, you just cross your fingers that nothing broke. And that's where, honestly, we had several when that polar vortex we had at least 3 or 4 customers that over Christmas we had some emergency calls. I mean, I was out on Christmas fixing one, so
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that polar vortex hit us hard, and we got people water and heat for Christmas. That's what was important.
Watering
Nice.
for the family. That's exactly what's important. Hey, we're proud to let you know the public address announcer tonight at John R. Nelson Gymnasium is Paul Dunn. The clock operator is Trevor Weldon. The scorekeeper is Heidi Timmy.
Heidi Timmy.
Heidi Timmy. Thank you, Coach. Heidi Timmy. Our officials for this evening are Tim Smith, Trent Long, and Kirk Robinson. We remind you every morning to join Rich Wallen on the WKVI Morning Show Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central. Then in the afternoon, from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., join Lenny Dessauer. Catch local news as well for our area with Kankakee Valley Broadcasting News Director Anita Gooden, who covers news on WYMR and WKVI. Catch our stories on WKVI.com and Max983.net to stay up to speed in your local area. Well, this will be our last game in Culver tonight, fellas. I don't know if you heard this, Brian, but I know you have, Coach. They're remodeling this entire gym, and they want it done. There's a certain time frame they have to get it done by. I forget it, by May for graduation.
Yep.
So here at the beginning of March, they're going to rip this whole floor out, the bleachers. They're going to redo everything and have everything done by graduation in May.
Wow. You know, thank goodness I don't coach softball down here. Because
so it's funny you say that.
That will be rough, unless they're going to allow them to be up on the upper deck where the hitting net still is. But the middle school gym is not very big.
No.
If you get rained out for practice.
Well, and I was actually talking with the softball head coach today, J.B. Overmeyer, I believe is his name.
He's the head coach.
He's the head coach of the softball
Very
team this
good.
year. I think that he just got the job. This is his new year. But he was telling me that he doesn't know where they're going to practice that first couple weeks of March. They're still up in the air, not sure how that's going to happen. He's thinking, whether they be outside if the weather will allow, but it's going to be a juggling for sure.
So they
with
got
schedules.
This is it. There's no sectional hosting here or anything like that for
not
Culver.
for boys.
Nope,
not for boys.
So they're going to have quite a big job here. And from what also I've talked with Athletic Director Michael Charcosi over at North Judson St. Pierre, it's a very similar bleacher system that's going in here that they have over for Blue Jay Nation. So, and I know that those bleachers are really nice.
Yeah,
over
they did a nice job over there. I don't know if they're planning on getting that scoreboard like North Judson has, but that was pretty impressive.
That's pretty impressive as well.
I like any scoreboard that's got the players and their points and fouls and stuff up there. Like I think you guys have that at Oregon Davis, right?
We don't have the points.
No.
We do not have the points.
Maybe just fouls. Maybe that's Tippy Valley I'm thinking of that has that.
Yep.
But no, I like those. But
Just to give you a little extra, a little more information.
Yeah, it's nice when you're just watching a game. You're like, how many points that guy have?
Well, as a coach, I really didn't like it because I'd have kids
Players,
looking up at at their stats, and it's one of them things that it's bad enough sometimes you have them looking over at their parents or their boyfriend or what, and now you got another thing with their points up there. So I like to keep them in the dark.
I agree. I would have been that guy on the bench. Ooh, I'm 3 points away from a 20-point game. I got to get that 3, Coach.
Yeah, let her fly.
Let her fly. Well, we're winding down for our national anthem here at John R. Nelson Gymnasium. And haven't said this before, but every game we've broadcasted here, they just do a fantastic job of hosting. Of course, Athletic Director Mike Zahner is here, and I just talked to him a little bit ago. He stepped down as the Culver Cavaliers head football coach a couple of weeks ago.
I did not realize
and,
that.
And he's going to have a little bit more time. Of course, he's still the middle school wrestling head coach, so I really don't know what time he gained from that. I mean, he's so busy already, but to have that little bit extra time in the fall, I really wish him well and hope it works out for him because I know he's a busy guy.
So
I know he's very
have they
busy.
hired a coach
they
yet?
have
or
not
they're
hired.
in the process?
I don't have the inside scoop yet, Coach, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Not that I wanted it. I don't know. I can spell football.
I turn things over to our public address announcer, Paul Dunn.
In your hands, the playing of our national anthem.
Well, we'll remind you of our starters for this evening once again for the Cavaliers of Culver. Starting at point guard will be Ethan Keller this evening. At the 2 guard is David Height. At the 3 is Joey Pizar. At the 4 is Oliver Morgan. And at the 5 is Shane Schumann. Of course, we remember Shane Schumann. Quite often we bring it up. He is the all-time rushing leader here at Culver. I mean, it's very rare you can say that, and quite a record he has in football. But boy, does he do a good job on the inside for the Culver Cavaliers, being that big man on the inside. But for the Satellites of Union Mills, starting at point guard is Colin Ward. At the 2 is Jay Huerta. At the 3 is Derek Welsh. At the 4 is Clayton Stroud. And at the 5 is Braden Grass, and that's who they're going with. So Braden Lautenbach, game time decision. He's evidently not able to go this evening. He was fighting some sickness today. As I thought it was cool, you heard the Star Wars Darth Vader theme music underneath as they announced the South Central Satellite. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Well, we got 3 really good officials. They're state final officials. So Kirk Robinson and Tim Smith really have done a nice job. Actually, Tim did the South Central girls game the other day.
Oh, that was him, yeah. Well, they did do a good job. That was a really good game.
Tim did a nice job. And then Trent Long, who does a really nice job as well. So we got 3 good officials. So hopefully have a good game here.
That's saying a lot from Coach.
Yeah.
I told you, my wife said I have to be nice.
I don't think you would have said anything if you didn't want to say anything at all.
I'll say this, being a coach here, there's always conversations with coaches and athletic director about, if officials are doing a decent job in making sure that the correct things are being called and stuff like that, and they make sure that they hire the best. For the most part, they try to hire the best down here at Culver. I can attest to that.
Well, Mike Zander does a great job, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, everything. Barrett was the athletic director for a year before, but yeah, it's always been great.
So Joey Pizar in the center for the Cavs to tip this one up. Tonight's tip is brought to you in part by Web Printing at JT Shirt Shack in Winamac. Also jumping is Braden Grass in the center. The tip's up, and Ethan Keller's going to control it as the Cavs will have the ball first to start this matchup between the South Central Satellites and the Culver Cavaliers. Looks like the Satellites here in a man-to-man. The Cavs get it inside to Shane Schumann, blocked from behind by Grass. And here comes Clayton Stroud with the ball for the Satellites up top. They're going to dump it off. This is Welsh inside from 14. Pops it from the right elbow. No good, and rebounded Ethan Keller. As they're figuring each other out here. Ethan Keller, top of the key. Step back, now finds number 11, Joey Pizar. Pizar driving around, almost stolen, and it is. Fight for the, they still came up with it. Now up top, here's number 10 for 3, Oliver Morgan. No good, a fight for the rebound. Sees the Satellites come up with it. That's Jay Huerta. Now the Satellites pushing it forward. Clayton Stroud, big time 3 on the way. And he's going to open things open. He's going to open things open. He's going to get things rolling here early as it's 3-0. The Satellites lead. Big time shot from Clayton Stroud. Ethan Keller now dumping it off to Joey Pizar. Over to David Height. Wow, defense is there for the Satellites as they almost stole it again. They tried to get it to Shane Schumann up top. It goes sailing out of bounds. It'll stay here. Cavalier ball.
I like the intensity that Coach Spears' team's giving them right now on both ends of the floor.
So Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline here. Drive to the left elbow, spins around, back to the basket. Now the fight for the ball, and it's going to be stolen by Welsh. And here come the Satellites pushing it forward to Clayton Stroud in the far corner, and he does. He travels.
Great effort keeping it in. Unfortunate travel.
So it'll be Culver ball as Emiliano Ortiz is going to check in, and checking out is David Height for the Cavs here with 6:30 to go in the first quarter. The Satellites lead by 3-0 here. Cavs trying to get on the board as this is Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. He's going to take the pick from Shane Schumann. Now pops it back over to Oliver Morgan. Now inside to Emiliano Ortiz. Ortiz with Stroud on him. Finds in the corner. This is Oliver Morgan. Back to Ethan Keller up top. Now finds back to Emiliano Ortiz. Ortiz back over to Keller. Keller being patient now. Satellites in a man-to-man. Kicks it over. This is Oliver Morgan now into the corner. This is Joey Pizar for three on the way. No good. And rebounded by Braden Grass of the Satellites. Here they come. Colin Ward with the ball up top. Looks like the Satellites are in a zone, Coach.
Oh, yeah, they're going to. Oh, Satellite, you mean Culver?
I mean Culver, yeah, thank you. The Cavs
so
are in a zone.
They're going to be in that 2-3 zone is what they're going to be when Coach Evans.
And a missed shot opportunity by Colin Ward. The Cavs come up with the rebound, and Keller's going to bring it across the timeline. Ethan Keller with the ball, kicks it over to the corner. This is Oliver Morgan, back to Keller up top, over to Ortiz, deep three, extended wing, and he's going to cash in. 3-3, it's a tie ball game here in Culver, as here comes Colin Ward pushing it up, finds the ball right to Braden Grass inside, and he's going to get an easy two.
Better to be lucky than good, right?
Absolutely. So here's Ethan Keller on the other end for the Cavs, over to Emiliano Ortiz. Picks it up baseline. It's going to be stolen by Colin Ward. Here comes Ward. He's all alone now. Pulls it back out. This is Braden Grass. Into the corner to Clayton Stroud. Fakes the three.
Travel.
And that's exactly what they call travel. Another turnover for the Satellites as Shane Schumann's going to check out and David Height will check in for the Cavs.
Well, I tell you, the Satellites are doing a really nice job in that half-court defense. They're kind of double-teaming Schumann in the inside, a lot of help side, and doing a nice job in their rotation.
So here comes Keller. Double pick up top. He's got a wide open shot from the three. No good. Rebounded by Derek Welsh, and here he comes across the timeline. Weaving his way through, puts up a left-hand layup, and he gets the and one to go.
Nice take.
It's a big-time play from Derek Welsh.
I like the intensity South Central come out with, Mitch.
Well, it's exactly what Coach Spear was saying in the pregame interview. He's hoping between the sicknesses and the broken foot that can rally these Satellites.
Yeah, that next man up mentality. You know, get the others excited and you know, watch me, Coach. I can do this.
Absolutely. 8-3, 5-point lead for the Satellites. Emiliano Ortiz in the corner for Culver. Back over to David Hyde up top. Now inside. This is number 10, Oliver Morgan. Back out to Joey Pizar. Fakes the shot, driving inside, and a foul's called in the paint.
Number 3, Derek Welsh is first.
So it's on Derek Welsh, his first of the night. Well, you weren't kidding about this. It is kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I feel really short right now.
I do too. We're both leaning forward.
My belly's getting in the way, though.
Joey Pizar, second free throw up, away and good. He missed the first one, so it's 4-8 now. 4-point lead for the Satellites. As here's Colin Ward over to Clayton Stroud in the corner. Stroud brings it back up top. Ethan Keller all over him. Good D from him. Now Height comes over to help. Into the corner to Jay Huerta. Fakes the three, drives around, and a blocking foul called.
I tell you, the Satellites are being very patient against that 2-3 zone, doing a nice job taking care of the basketball for the most part. A couple travels, you know, a couple times down, but for the most part, they're doing a nice job of the patience.
So out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Satellites here. As Colin Ward will take it out, dumps it inside to Stroud. Stroud looking for help. Inside to Derek Welsh. Nice cut, but no good from him from 5, and it's rebounded by Ortiz. So the Cavs taking their time as Ethan Keller to bring it across the half-court line. Kicks it over to Ortiz now. Back to Keller. Keller over to David Height. Back over to Ethan Keller, who then finds Emiliano Ortiz driving baseline. And he's called for travel. So turnovers early here for both teams. As checking in now for the Satellites is Kevin Higley, and checking out is Braden Grass. Higley, the junior, 5'11". We've seen him before as he provides minutes for these Satellites. As this is Colin Ward coming across half court. Now Jay Huerta in the corner, fakes a three, pops on the second try. No good, overshot it, rebounded Joey Pizar. Here come the Cavs. Ethan Keller across the timeline. He's up top now. Back over to Joey Pizar. Pizar over to David Hyde. Height inside to Ortiz. Back out to Height. Now over to Ethan Keller. Now to Pizar in the corner. Driving baseline. And it is. It is exactly that, offensive foul, and that rallies the troop. Clayton Stroud likes that one.
I tell you, their help side defense has been excellent tonight. You know, from the first time we saw them play over there against Tri Township, they're doing a really nice job on the help side. I mean, I know they're shadowing Schumann, but that was good help side that time.
I would agree. Yeah, the energy is definitely here for the Satellites as they brought it to Culver with them. As this is Derek Welsh and then another travel. One thing, I don't know if it carries over from football season, but the football coaches always said when South Central and Culver get together, you're bound to see a very good ball game. And right now it's seeming to add up for the basketball season as well. As this is Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline to kick it over to David Height, back over to Pizar, who then finds Oliver Morgan. Back to Ethan Keller. Keller now driving inside, picks it up from 15, back over to Joey Pizar. Back to Keller now. Ooh, he had him, and then he got rid of it. Over to Pizar. Back to Keller. Colin Ward on him. Now David Height. Now over to Oliver Morgan in the corner. Tried to get an entry pass to Shane Schumann. It almost was stolen. Last touch by a Satellite.
There again, they went down, had one in front, one in back on Schumann. You know, they're going to have to figure out a different way of getting the ball to Schumann.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Cavs as we see Clayton Stroud checking back in and Derek Welsh checking out for the Satellites. Ethan Keller to take it out for the Cavs. They look inside, nothing there. Back out to David Height now. Height drives in, kicks back out to Ethan Keller. Keller calling for the pick. Shane Schumann sets the pick. Here comes Keller. Finds David Height in the corner. Now back to Keller. Up top to Pizar. Joey Pizar with the ball. Jay Huerta on him. Now over to David Height in the corner. Back to Ethan Keller. Now over to Oliver Morgan, who then gets it back to Joey Pizar. Looking inside, nothing there. Back to Ethan Keller up top. Keller being patient. Ooh, back over to Joey Pizar. Now over to David Height, then to Ethan Keller. Waiting for the opportunity here. Back up top to Oliver Morgan, who then kicks it back over to Keller and then gets it over to Joey Pizar. Inside to Shane Schumann. That's where they want it. Three Satellites all over him. Stolen, picked up by Colin Ward. That's exactly right, Coach. Here comes Ward crossing the timeline. Back out to Braden Grass. Picks up his dribble up top. Then back over to Colin Ward. He's going to shoot a three from the wing. No good. Rebounded by Ethan Keller. It's a fast break opportunity. One-on-one. Here comes Keller. Nice move. And he gets the right-hand layup to go as he crossed them over. 6-8. The South Central Satellites lead by 2 here. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Clayton Stroud in the far corner. He's trapped. And it's going to be picked up and stolen by the Cavs. Here comes Joey Pizar. Pizar all whoa. And he almost lost it. Somehow the Cavs come up with it. And David Height had it, and then a foul's called.
Foul number 14, Jay Huerta is first, second on the Satellite.
So it'll be an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Cavs as we see Jay Huerta checking out and Jack Haschel checking in. We remember Jack Haschel, he can shoot the ball, the freshman, so you got to keep an eye out for him as well. Deep three in the corner, if I recall from the last time we saw him. Here's Ethan Keller up top. Now he's driving inside. Picks his dribble up, back out to Pizar, who then finds Morgan. Oliver Morgan with the ball. Derek Welsh on him. Now inside to Shane Schumann. The defense is there, and they didn't come up with the seal, and somehow the ball finds its way over to Oliver Morgan, and he gets the and one to go. Wow, what a series of events there.
Well, you know, it's one of them where they did exactly what they wanted to at the post, and they just couldn't keep the ball.
Well, they're definitely trying to get it in there to Schumann. They want him to have the ball.
Definitely, but the Satellites are, keeping one in the front and one in the back of him and making it real tough for him.
So Oliver Morgan on a three-point opportunity to take the lead here for the Cavs as he makes it count. Now the Cavs take the lead, 9-8, under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Low pressure from the Cavs as this is Kevin Higley to break the press, crossing the timeline over to Braden Grass for three. No good. Rebounded Clayton Stroud, though. It stays here. It's Jack Haschel now with the ball up top. Kicks it over to Derek Welsh. Welsh finds Braden Grass driving baseline. And then Braden Grass threw it right to Ethan Keller in his steal. Here comes Ethan Keller. Finds Emiliano Ortiz open for three on the wing. No good. Rebounded Shane Schumann fighting for it. And now there's another fight for the rebound, and a jump ball will be called. Boy, Shane is working hard tonight. As the arrow is pointing in Satellite favor, it will be South Central ball here.
right now the defense is pretty good, but they're struggling with taking care of the basketball. I don't know if you have the turnovers. What I have is 9.
I can't keep up.
I have 10 turnovers for the Cavs and 8 turnovers for the Satellites.
Well, the pressure. Haschel now with the ball, far corner, driving baseline, almost lost it, puts up a layup, no good. Rebounded Oliver Morgan. Cavs have the ball, 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're going to have one shot here. Kyle Evans calls it out. 5 seconds to go. Ethan Keller with the ball. Thought about a 3, now he's driving inside. He's going to fade away, shoots a shot from 10 feet and couldn't get it to go, as that will be the end of the first quarter. 9-8, the Culver Cavaliers lead, as tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Today's broadcast is also brought to you in part by First Farmers Bank and Trust, providing state-of-the-art banking with old-fashioned service. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Finally, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Howard's Marathon of Winamac, serving Pulaski County for 43 years. Call 574-946-6894 and ask for Howard. We thank them for supporting local high school sports. Your overall opinion of the first quarter, Coach?
Well, I tell you, the defense is really, really good. It's just they've got to learn to take care of the basketball. That's the thing. Once you do a good job on the defensive side, you can't just throw it away. You got to take care of the basketball, get good possessions on the offensive side.
Anything stick out to you, Brian?
Lots of turnovers.
Lots of turnovers.
Lots of turnovers.
Absolutely.
Very, very intense defense tonight from both sides.
Exactly.
This is going to be could shape up to be a pretty low-scoring game.
So we start the second quarter, 9-8, the Culver Cavaliers lead.
Did you notice the ref wave to me?
I did. I wondered who you were waving at.
So I can be nice. I did officiate 2 games, 5th and 6th grade tonight. So
you told me.
I'm one of them guys now.
You didn't throw anyone out, I guess.
No.
All right, to start the second quarter, the Cavs have it. Emiliano Ortiz finds Ethan Keller, top of the key for 3, no good. A rebound to Derek Welsh, and here comes Welsh across the timeline. He's going to find Jay Huerta. Boy, they don't want him shooting. Here comes Jay driving inside, puts up the layup on Shane Schumann. Couldn't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Put back no good, it's stripped away, and the Cavs have it. So here's Ethan Keller now, 7:30 to go in the first half. They lead by 1. Keller kicks it over to David Height. Satellites in that man-to-man still. Over to Emiliano Ortiz. Stops at the right elbow. Kicks it over to Ethan Keller. Back up top to Ortiz. Now he's driving inside. Kicks it over to David Height. Corner 3 on the way. And David Height makes it happen. Here comes Jack Haschel on the other end, and he's going to put a layup up. No good. Rebounded Emiliano Ortiz.
They did everything right. Pushed the ball up, but just didn't finish.
So Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. The Cavs are up by 4 here. This is Ortiz, fakes the 3, drives around, kicks it back out to Ethan Keller. Now back over to Ortiz, wide open for 3, on the way, no good. Rebounded by number 4, Colin Ward, up to Derek Welsh. Here comes Derek, driving inside, puts up the left-hand layup, no good, and the ball goes out of bounds, last touch by a Cav.
Well, you can definitely tell what the Satellites want to do. They obviously want the up-tempo like coaches talked about, and the Cavs, they want to slow it down, take care of the basketball, and get open looks.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Satellites. Sees the ball out to Clayton Stroud, top of the key. Cavs still in that zone, kicks it over to Derek Welsh, now into the corner. Colin Ward for 3, no good. Rebounded by Emiliano Ortiz, and the Cavs come up with it. So Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline now. Keller with Jay Huerta on him, picks his dribble up, kicks it over to Joey Pizar, who then finds David Height. Height back over to Keller, who then finds Pizar in the far corner. Back up top to Keller, now back over to Pizar. Tried to get it inside to Shane Schumann, and they threw it away. Turnover, here comes Jay Huerta. Satellites have an opportunity now, crossing over, he's going to pull it out. And back to Colin Ward now. They're going to set the offense here. 2-3 from the Cavs. Let's see what the Satellites draw up. This is over to Welsh. Now inside to Grass. Back out to Stroud. 3 in the corner on the way. Overshot it. Rebounded Joey Pizar. That's the kind of shot I think they want them to take.
Well, he kind of hurried that. I mean, he got him in the air, and he should have just waited, another fake, maybe a dribble, and put it up.
Nice play as Ethan Keller finds the slashing Emiliano Ortiz for the easy lay-in. 14-8, the Cavs are stretching the lead out now. Here's Clayton Stroud driving inside, puts up a left-hand layup, no good, and the Cavs come up with the rebound again.
I think they score here. You're going to see Satellites call a timeout.
Ethan Keller pops it from the left elbow, about 17 feet, no
Nice
good.
rebound.
Rebounded David Height. Back out to Pizar, who then finds Keller. Then back over to Joey Pizar. Pizar driving inside, and a foul called on the floor on Jay Huerta.
Foul number 14, Jay Huerta, second.
And Jay Huerta, a freshman at 5'11". You can only imagine how tall he's going to be, or hope. Just seems like he's grown since we saw him a month ago. As here's out of bounds play underneath of their own basket for the Cavs, getting it into Shane Schumann, and Shane's going to get on the board. 16-8, the Cavs lead as Colin Ward brings it across the timeline, dribbling behind his back. David Hyde on him. Here comes help from Keller. Picks up his dribble. Now over to number 10. This is Kevin Higley. Higley with the ball.
I think I'd be calling that timeout now.
Inside, yeah. They got it inside to Derek Welsh, and he tried to turn around to make a play happen, and a foul was called on the floor. Looks like it's going to be on Shane. So Shane Schumann.
That's his first.
First foul of the night. He's been battling on the inside. As this is an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Satellites, kicking it out to Colin Ward up top, over to Derek Welsh. Driving baseline, puts up the shot, no good, but he's fouled and he'll go to the line.
I'm going to give that to Shane again?
Yep. So back-to-back fouls early from Shane.
It looks like South Central is slightly uncomfortable when they have to set up a half-court offense.
And that's why they're pushing the ball up, and they just been unfortunate on a couple missed easy layups.
So Derek Welsh misses the first free throw. He will get another one.
But that goes back to Coach Evans' defense. That 2-3 is going to be a trapping, and that's what he's trying to do, is make you very uncomfortable.
So Welsh will shoot his second free throw. It's on the way, off back iron. The Satellites are going to save it, though, but then the save by Clayton Stroud went right to Emiliano Ortiz, so the Cavs have possession here. 16-8. Cavs in the lead. Ethan Keller with the ball. Fakes the pick, drives around, kicks it over to the corner, almost stolen again by the Satellites. Saved by Joey Pizar, though. Back over to Ethan Keller up top. Keller kicks it over to the corner to Joey Pizar. Pizar, wild, crazy cross-court pass to Emiliano Ortiz, and it sails over his head.
Another one of them unforced turnovers.
Yeah. So the Satellites take over here. They haven't scored in a minute here. So they need to get going, as this is Clayton Stroud in the corner. Fakes the three, drives around, and he's called for travel.
It's almost like hot potato for them when they get in that half-court offense, like, oh my gosh, I got the ball.
Unless they're running their break. That's the whole thing. They want to get out and go, and that trap giving them a fits right now.
Keller brings it across the timeline. He kicks it over to Emiliano Ortiz. Ortiz back over to David Height. Height with the ball, Derek Welsh on him. Now over to Emiliano Ortiz. Fakes the three, drives inside, tried to dump off to Shane Schumann, but no, stolen by Colin Ward. They are all over Shane. Now a steal from the back. Ethan Keller pushes it forward to Emiliano Ortiz. Here's Emiliano, puts up the layup, no good. Help from Derek Welsh was there. Rebounded by Joey Pizar, and the putback's no good, but he's fouled.
As a coach, that's one that drives you nuts, because you did everything well. He had him stopped, and he missed the layup, but he forgot to box the other guy out.
Pizar's first free throw goes through, making it 17-8. The clock is stopped at 3:30 to go in the first half here.
South Central has not scored in this quarter.
That's what I was getting ready to ask. It's been since the first quarter, as the Satellites are due now. Joey Pizar at the free throw line. Second free throw on the way, and it makes it count, which is a 10-point ball game. My math right, Coach?
You're doing better.
Colin Ward now crossing over, kicks it over to Clayton Stroud. He crosses the timeline. Stroud, he finds Higley. Kevin Higley now finds Derek Welsh in the corner. Inside to Clayton Stroud, back out to Braden Grass. Fakes the shot, drives inside, and he puts up the nice layup. 18-10 as the Satellites get on the board for the second quarter here. 3 minutes to go in the first half. This is David Height getting it inside to Shane Schumann. That's where they want it, and he puts up the shot, and he gets it to go. And one for Mr. Shane Schumann. They've been waiting on that play all game long.
He's been working hard. He's, now kind of wearing them down a little bit, and they get a nice entry pass, and now he's going to get the old traditional three-point play.
So Shane Schumann, for one of the many three-point opportunities we've seen this season, he makes it count. The score is 21-10 now, 11-point ball game. This is Derek Welsh driving inside, back out to that's Jack Ashel. He's back in. I missed that substitution, as here's Clayton Stroud with the ball. Now into Kevin Higley. Higley over to Derek Welsh, driving inside, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded Ethan Keller. Here comes Keller to cross the timeline. 2:30 to go in the first half. David Height wide open in the three. Splash, big time three in the corner.
Timeout.
As that's a timeout for the South Central Satellites as they want to talk things over. We thank Farm Fertilizer for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Call them at 574-867-2441. That's Farm Fertilizer, helping to move the bar on yield and crop investment returns. Mark's Body Shop in Knox is proud to be part of the broadcast this evening. If you ever need collision repair, contact Mark at 574-772-7003. Well, it's getting away from the Satellites here, Coach.
Well, they've got to be a little more patient. The thing is, against that 2-3 zone, they've extended it to basically a half-court trap. The thing that's open there is the middle, but they keep trying to pass the ball around the perimeter of it where they're getting steals. The Cavs are getting the steals instead of flashing people in the middle. They open the widest spot on the floor, and if they can do that, as you'll see, they spread it out so far, and all they have to do is flash towards the ball instead of wait for the three-pointer.
Wait in the corner.
Yep.
So here's Clayton Stroud to bring it across the timeline. Let's see what they do here. He stops.
There you go.
Kicks it over to Colin Ward. Back to Derek Welsh now. Into Clayton Stroud. Baseline, almost stolen. Derek Welsh saves it, though. Now back out to Stroud. And then a whistle.
Foul number 3.
You know, I think the thing for the Satellites, they don't really have a big presence in the inside, so it makes it a little tougher for them to have someone go in there and try to post up, especially against the Schumann.
They call David Height for the foul as Jack Cashel shoots a three on the inbounds pass. That was David Height's third foul of the night already.
Timeout, Cavaliers.
As we do have another timeout on the floor.
That was Height's first foul of the night.
Oh, it was. My apologies. Yes, thank you. David Height's first foul of the night.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
As this is just a 30-second timeout there, but Jack Cashel, we know, can hit those shots, but maybe too quick of a shot there coming out of the drawn-up play there.
Yeah, like I say, I think, they just don't have that big presence when you have a Schumann down low, to bang against, and that's why they're trying to, swing the ball around the perimeter as opposed to going in the middle. But only way you're going to get through that 2-3 trap is through the middle of it. Go to the middle and look opposite.
Flash
you go
to the
middle
middle
and opposite.
Yep. So the Cavs will have possession here, starting with 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's 24-10. Culver leads. Ethan Keller kicks it over. This is number 3, David Height. Back over to Shane Schumann. Now over to Oliver Morgan, who then finds Ethan Keller. Stolen by number 10, Kevin Higley, all the way coast to coast, and he overshot the layup. Rebounded by Joey Pizar. It looks like he came up hobbled as well. Here comes Ethan Keller. Drives in, kicks out. Joey Pizar for 3 up top. No good. Fight for the rebound. Colin Ward comes up with it, and a foul's called.
Should be 1-on-1.
Foul number 10, Oliver Morgan, his third. 7th on the Cavaliers.
He just got back in the game.
Oliver
Catches
Morgan
his third.
Got his third.
So Oliver Morgan's going to have to check out. Checking in is Emiliano Ortiz for him.
These are big free throws for South Central, in my opinion, here.
Yeah, Colin Ward at the line here. Colin, the junior, at 5'8", shoots his first free throw up away, and he makes it count. 24-11 now.
It's always a good thing when you could score with the clock stopped.
Yeah, absolutely. as Ward will shoot his second free throw here. Up, away, and no good. Rebounded Emiliano Ortiz. That is 24-11 is the score with 1:30 to go in the first half. Ethan Keller brings it across the timeline. Finds David Height, back to Keller up top. Here comes Keller driving inside, jump step, back out the corner. Emiliano Ortiz for three on the way, no good. A rebounded Joey Pizar though. Back out to David Height, three on the way, no good. Rebounded Shane Schumann on the inside and a whistle called. Boy, they are fighting. Fighting for each possession.
Pizar already has 7 rebounds tonight.
Wow. So Pizar with 7 rebounds on the inside. Of course, Joey Pizar, 6'2".
Yeah, you said he leads the team in rebounds, and he is not disappointing tonight.
As Shane Schumann misses a rare free throw there. So here are the Satellites. It's Colin Ward with the ball.
That's where they want you to
There it is, flashing. Clayton Stroud back out to the corner. Jay Huerta, three on the way after the fake. No good. Rebounded Pizar. Another one to add as they get it to Ethan Keller. And here he comes, pushing it forward to Emiliano Ortiz, driving baseline. He puts up the layup, and he gets it to go. Wow. Right away, here come the Satellites pushing it forward. And they threw it away. They tried to get it up to Derek Welsh, and it was tipped by a Cav. Then last touch by Welsh trying to save it. So it's Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline here. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Ethan Keller, top of the key. Taking his time. Colin Ward on him. Kicks it over. This is David Height. Back to Keller. He's going to hold it for the last shot here. We're under 10 seconds to go in the first half. Keller with Colin Ward on him. Now here comes the pressure. Over to Joey Pizar in the corner. Back to Ethan Keller. He's going to have to get rid of it, and he does. And he misses it from the left elbow, as that will be the end of the first half. 26-11 here in Culver. I'm Mitch Columby, along with special guest sports analyst Brian Hammond and Terry Minix. We are going to take a break and get ready for the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning halftime show. You are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
On the way home from the game, a deer jumps in front of your truck. And now you've got to get that truck repaired. Make it easy on yourself. Take it to Mark's Body Shop. Mark's has done expert auto body service since 1998 and will work with you and your insurance provider for collision repair, custom body paint, and insurance work. And all work guaranteed by owner Mark Schell. Mark's Body Shop, proud to support high school sports. 772-7003.
At First Farmers Bank and Trust, we've been serving family farms for over 130 years. We've seen our customers succeed in good times, pull through in tough times, and we've learned some lessons along the way. So we appreciate the customers we have today by finding the solutions they'll be looking for tomorrow. Are you ready to talk about your farm operation? Stop by a branch or visit us online at ffbt.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust, Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
When you grow up on the land, you have an appreciation for it. When you grow up and work on a family farm, on land that is shared by members of a family, all working together as a team, that appreciation grows even more. They know what it's like to work as a team to get the job done. At Lawrence Farms of Knox, Todd and Josh Lawrence and family support the local high school teams and wish them success all through the season.
In 49 other states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana. Stay tuned for more in-game action with Mitch Columby on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
BP gasoline with Invigorate helps clean your engine and can give you more miles per tank. Continuous use may result in the following pleasant side effects: excessive smiling, feeling more relaxed, taking more drives just because, volunteering for carpool twice in a row, and bragging to your friends about how you use our best fuel ever. To find out if BP gasoline with Invigorate is right for you, stop by your local station to discover our best fuel ever. Versus minimum detergent gas, average restored 3 to 5 miles per tank, based on fleet testing and based on what you drive and how you drive.
High school sports brought to you by Zingo Express.
Rick Rabb, 5-star in the Knox Mall. There's a reason why we're called the We Care Food Store.
That's because we care about you, Tony. We care about our customers, and by the prices you're going to hear, you'll know we care about you. The price of gold has gone down in Stark County. Our family grade A large white eggs, dozen carton, $2.99, limit 2 with an additional $10 purchase. USDA choice. Boneless chuck roast. It's nothing but the best. $2.99 a pound. Where's that 5-star?
In the Knox Mall.
Welcome to Marion University's newest location, Ancilla College of Marion University. Marion's newest campus location in Plymouth is your home for an on-campus college experience. From living in the dorms to being a collegiate student-athlete, Marion University is ranked 3rd most innovative Midwest university by U.S. News and World Report. For more information about our 2- or 4-year degrees, go to www.marion.edu/Ancilla. That's www.marion.edu/Ancilla.
Welcome to the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show on K99.3 FM. Here's Mitch Columbi.
26-11 here in Culver, Indiana, as the Culver Cavaliers lead the South Central Satellites 26-11. Mitch Columbi along with Brian Hammond and Terry Minix here as we're going to break this game down here in the first half. Guys, your overall opinion of what we saw there, Coach?
Well, I think the second quarter you saw what the Cavaliers want to do. They want to go to that 2-3 trapping defense, and that's what gave the Satellites a lot of trouble, a lot of fits. You know, when they were able to push the ball up, they were getting opportunities that, they weren't going in, but they at least were getting opportunities. But when I think the Cavs extended that 2-3 to a half court, it made a big difference in what happened, and that's why they scored 17 in the second quarter, and the Satellites only scored 3.
Well, then, to add to your point earlier, Brian, it seems like the Satellites want to try to push the tempo because when they get set in that half-court offense, they're almost a little hesitant on what to do. That might have something to do with the injuries and sicknesses that's going on with the Satellites. They don't have their main guy out there that they can rely on in the half-court set.
Yeah, when they're, like you said, when they're pushing the tempo, they're getting the open looks and nice down low looks. They're just not finishing. I mean, I think for the key for them for the second half would be make sure you finish those and come out with that same intensity that they did in the first half, because I think that's the key to getting back in the ball game. And Culver, hats off to them. They stayed patient, and they didn't have a start that I think they wanted, and but they stayed patient, stayed true to themselves, and then things started happening for them once they got settled into the game. So, yeah, I mean, as long as they continue to do that, they're going to hold on to the lead.
I think that both coaches want to clean it up, though. I think, I have the Cavs with 15 turnovers, and I have the Satellites with 14 turnovers. So I think as a coach, you want less than 15 for a whole game. And, it's just one of them where both of them were struggling with handling the basketball in the first half. So, that's one of the things I'm sure coaches are both talking about.
Yeah, I mean, if you take care of the basketball, then, giving less opportunities to the other team is always a key to victory.
Well, and you're running out of space for as many rebounds as Joey Pizar's got. What do you have him down for right now,
I have him
Brian?
down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 rebounds.
Wow.
8 rebounds already. He's there. South Central's, they're really keying in on Schumann when Culver's on offense, and if it gets down low, like Coach says, they got one in the front, one in the backs, and Pizar's doing a nice job. He's cracking down when he sees the ball go up, and he's boxing out well, and he's picking up those rebounds because they're worried about keeping the big man Schumann out of there. And then defensively, he's fighting for those defensive rebounds to help add possessions to Culver.
Well, this is the Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Halftime Show. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give third-generation owner Brian Hammond here a call at 574-936-4660, serving the local area since 1936. Why don't you give our listeners your elevator speech?
I don't have much of an elevator speech. It's just, like I said the last time we were on the air, or any time we talk about the business, it's what we want to provide you with is just honest work, and we're not going to hard sell you, and just like the other day we had a customer call in and they're saying, hey, we're getting a funny smell when the furnace is running, and they were worried about carbon monoxide in the home and stuff like that. And we went through, checked it all out, got the CO detector out, made sure everything was good, went through the furnace. Just come to find out they just hadn't changed their filters enough, So, instead of trying to hard sell them a new furnace, we just gave them the honest opinion, offered them, our yearly maintenance program, which is, $160 a year. You get 2 visits, one for the furnace, one for the air conditioner. That's going to include a 10% discount on all your other services rendered. So, and what we do with that is we try to find little things that could go wrong, so you're not calling us on Christmas in the middle of a polar vortex. So,
But you'll do it.
Absolutely, yeah. We were there. We were there for everybody on that. We ran our tails off on Christmas Eve, but that's what we're here for, and that's what we do. So, but like I said, that's what we're all about. Is we're not trying to spend all your money, and we just want to provide a great service to our customers and give them peace of mind at the end of the day.
Well, and I've told you this before. One thing that always stands out to me is a family-owned business, 3rd generation. I mean, that's the type of business you want to support is in your local community. If you're going to get your heating, air conditioning, or plumbing taken care of, you want to do it locally, and why not call you?
Yeah, I mean, here it is. When you become one of our what we call VIP customers on that maintenance program, I always when we're signing up, I always end it with welcome to the family, because that's what we are. We're family. My sister works there, Dad worked there, Grandpa was there, and that's what we're all about, is family.
Well, it's just been a fantastic season, and we're so happy that you're one of the proud sponsors here at Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. It's been a fast-paced year for me, year one, but I just really appreciate all our sponsors, especially you, Brian, for hanging in there with us as we continue the tradition here on WKVI. It's been an honor to have Terry Minix as well, and I think we're building something pretty strong over here. I really do. Well, we've got 1 minute to go here before the start of the 3rd quarter. As we also remind you, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Culver Portside Marina. They can make sure your boat is ready for the winter. If you need help storing or winterizing your watercraft, call Glenn Bailey at 574-842-5000. We appreciate you sticking with us here, as that was our standard plumbing, heating, and air conditioning halftime show with our very own Brian Hammond, who took the time tonight to come on and enjoy a basketball game. I know you love Indiana basketball, Brian.
I know. You've been asking me when I can come back out, and I kept looking at the schedule, and before I knew it was February. Just like you guys say, it's blown by, and I'm just like, we've been busy, and so it's just one of those things. Time flies when you're having fun.
Well, I'm really glad you're here tonight, and I'm glad you're here too, Terry.
Well, I appreciate that, Mitch. I appreciate that. I hustled,
Yeah,
got through that 5th and 6th grade game. I got through that just to get over here with you guys. So.
Well, we appreciate that.
That's all good.
I really do. As it looks like to start the 3rd quarter, it will be South Central ball. So we are underway already, second half. Right now here at John R. Nelson Gymnasium in Culver, Indiana, it's Colin Ward kicking it over to Derek Welsh, driving inside, puts up a 14-footer, and here going to score right away.
Start.
Yes, sir, it is. 26-13 as Derek Welsh scores the opening bucket here in the 3rd quarter for the South Central Satellites. It's Ethan Keller on the other end, handing off to Shane Schumann. He's going to back down. Here comes the triple team. Now over to Ethan Keller, back out to David Height. Now over to Keller, who then finds Emiliano Ortiz looking inside, nothing there. Cross court to the corner. David Height back up to Joey Pizar. Pizar back to Ethan Keller. Keller takes the pick, shoots a 3, top of the key, no good, and a fight for the rebound. Yep, Shane Schumann.
Well, the last time down, the Satellites attacked the middle, was able to get a nice, easy shot, so let's see if they can do that again.
So some pressure from the Cavs as Colin Ward gets it over to Derek Welsh across the timeline.
Oh, bad spot to pick
now
up the ball.
Now he's trapped, and a jump ball.
As a young player, you got to understand that's the worst place on the floor in the trap to be. And now you have 4 defenders. You got a half court, and you got a sideline, and you got 2 defenders.
So the Cavs will take possession off the jump ball. It's Emiliano Ortiz, top of the key for 3, on the way, no good. Rebounded Braden Grass. Here come the Satellites. It's Colin Ward, Ethan Keller on him. Ward driving baseline, has Shane Schumann on him. Dump off pass to Braden Grass on the inside.
Called it on the floor.
And a foul will be called on the floor.
Emiliano Ortiz is first.
On Emiliano Ortiz, his first foul of the night. as it's an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket for the Satellites. They kick it out to Clayton Stroud, top of the key. Stroud now with the ball. Picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Derek Welsh. Welsh with the ball. Finds Colin Ward. Ward dribbling between his legs. Assessing the defense here. It's a 2-3 from the Cavs all game as it's Colin Ward. Almost lost it. Stolen almost by Emiliano Ortiz, but it goes out of bounds.
You see what I mean, Mitch? They keep going around the outside, the three-point line, basically, instead of flashing people to the middle, any kind of high-low or anything you can do to get the ball to the middle of that zone.
Flash right there.
Yep, that's what you want.
And that's
and
where
then you can go back up. Yep.
Collapse
Perfect.
the D.
Perfect.
And there you go, Coach. You talked him through it. They got it into Clayton Stroud, back out to Derek Welsh, and he drives in and gets the left-handed layup to go, 26-15, as they're working that 2-3. As here on the other end, it's a man-to-man from the Satellites. Driving inside, Emiliano Ortiz puts up a layup, no good. Rebounded Colin Ward. Here come the Satellites. Ward across the timeline. He finds Jay Huerta in the corner. Huerta. Now back over to Ward. Colin Ward finds Clayton Stroud. Now over to Jay Huerta in the corner. Huerta. Now back to Stroud.
Went low. Yeah, he had him wide open down there on the baseline.
Stolen. Here comes Ethan Keller to cross the timeline up to Joey Pizar. Pizar back to Keller. Ethan Keller with the ball here as Keller's going to pop it from the left elbow, and he's going to cash in. 28-15, a 13-point ball game with 5:25 to go in the third. Some pressure from the Cavs here. Colin Ward picks up his dribble, kicks it over to Jay Huerta. Huerta almost lost it, still has it. Back over to Ward across the timeline. Now into Braden Grass in the corner. Finds Derek Welsh inside. Nice move from Welsh. Puts up the shot. No good. Fight for the rebound. And it will be Cavalier ball. Last touch by a Satellite. And Oliver Morgan's going to check back in. Of course, he has 3 fouls. So we will see Oliver Morgan check back in and Joey Pizar check out, as here's Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. Keller finds David Hyde in the corner for 3 on the way. You better believe it. You better believe it.
That's number 3 for him on the night.
Nice shot from David Hyde. Is now here in the corners. Jay Huerta. Back to Derek Welsh. Now over to Colin Ward. Ward back to Huerta. Huerta almost lost it, but saved by Derek Welsh. Welsh picks it up.
Passing around the perimeter again, which is never good.
Ward driving inside, and it's going to be stolen by Shane Schumann. The Cavs pick it up. 31-15, 4:20 to go here in the third. Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. He finds David Height. Deep 3 on the way. Might have been a heat check as he missed it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a Satellite ball.
Yeah, the middle for South Central when they're on offense is wide open. And Culver seems so aggressive that it's almost like you can catch him leaning and then take advantage of the middle at that point, because they collapse on the ball very fast, so you can almost catch them being overly aggressive.
Right.
So if they can flash to the ball, and you're always going to have that high-low if somebody's not standing and waiting. You know, sometimes we think that three-point line is like a fence where we can't go past it.
Yep. As here are the Satellites. Welsh driving inside, kicks it back out to Kevin Higley. Higley almost lost it, comes up with it though. Now to Derek Welsh, who drives around Shane Schumann, puts up the floater, and he gets it to go. Nice play, attacking the rim.
Welsh has had a great start to the second half for them on offense.
Yeah, oh yeah. As here's Ethan Keller now, crossing the timeline. He's going to shoot a shot from 15, no good. And he almost got his rebound, but no, there's Derek Welsh. And here comes Welsh, and then a reach-in foul called on Ethan Keller.
You know, the thing about the middle, that being that open, Mitch, I know we keep beating that in, to our listeners, but the middle's open, but you just can't stand in the middle. You have to keep flashing. If you stand there, you're easy to guard. I tell kids you might as well be in a rocking chair because, anybody can guard you at that point. You have to keep moving and go to the open spot in the middle.
So the Satellites is Kevin Higley driving it inside. And it's going to be stolen by David Height. He's going to take it all the way coast to coast and get the easy lay-in. As here's Kevin Higley to bring it across the timeline. Driving inside, puts up a layup. And a foul called immediately. It looks like it's on Shane Schumann.
Number 4 on Shane. halfway through the third.
St. Schumann is fourth on the Cavaliers. Kevin Higley's line, shooting 2.
So Kevin Higley at the line, the junior, 5'11". Good minutes from the Satellites as he makes the first free throw count. And Shane Schumann will have to check out. And checking in is Emiliano Ortiz. Also checking in is Braden Grass for the Satellites, and checking out was Clayton Stroud.
Short.
Missed the free throw, the second from Higley. As it will be Culver ball here. I just hiccuped.
Is that what that was?
That was me.
He's making sounds over there.
No, I need some water again. I'm always in that predicament. I need water. This is Joey Pizar in the far corner, finding Oliver Morgan.
Someone's going to have to fill that low spot for Schumann.
Yep. As here is in the corner, Emiliano Ortiz, 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded Jack Haschel. Here comes Haschel, pushing it forward to Grass. Braden Grass now, cross court to Jay Huerta, fakes the 3, and then a travel call. And I think you see head coach Eric Spears say, yeah, it was a travel. Jay Huerta just couldn't believe it.
I couldn't see. I have this banner. And
Yeah. I mean, this thing that's right above our head almost. Mitch seems to put us in predicaments. I'm surprised he doesn't have us at the top of this thing.
I got to make you earn your keep.
Yeah, this old guy can't see that far.
As it's Ethan Keller getting it over to David Height. Back over to Joey Pizar, who then finds Ethan Keller. And then a foul call. Looks like it's offensive on number 10, Oliver Morgan.
Number 4 for Oliver.
It's going to be his 4th.
Yeah, man.
Running out of big men down low.
I could say between Oliver and Shane, they're like grapes. They're getting them in bunches, aren't they?
Yes, they are. So Colin Ward with the ball for the Satellites, kicks it over to Jay Huerta. Huerta splits the D, pops from 15.
Nice shot.
Cashes in. 33-20, 2:10 to go in the third. As here comes Ethan Keller. Colin Ward on him, kicks it over to Ortiz. Now driving baseline. Ortiz puts up the layup. No good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
As you can see, the Cavs are seeing there's nobody posted up down low, so I might as well just attack the basket, and that's what they've done the last couple times.
So Ortiz at the line. He'll shoot his first one. It's up away, and he makes it count. We look around, and we see Athletic Director for South Central, John Haggard here, as well as Superintendent Ben Anderson. Of course, Ben Anderson's the head coach of the girls program here. It's always good to see them here in support, as they drove all the way from South Central. Second free throw missed and rebounded by Derek Welsh. He finds Jack Haschel in the corner for 3. Jack Haschel cashing in. Big time shot from him, 34-23. This is Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. Kicks it over to David Height, who then finds Joey Pizar. Pizar driving inside. Oh, wow, nice move from him. And he gets it all the way to the hole. Pizar scores as here comes Jack Haschel again.
Ooh, should have took that.
Haschel now to Jay Huerta. Fakes the 3 in the corner, driving around, puts up the layup, and he gets it to go. A little bit of a run here from the Satellites.
Well, you can see they feel a little more confident because they don't have that big man. Culver doesn't have that big man in the middle, and so they can attack the basket.
So Ethan Keller, top of the key. As Coach just mentioned, it's time to drive inside now if you're the Satellites. As here's David Height with Jack Haschel all over him. Crosses over, driving inside, back out to Joey Pizar in the corner. Now up top to Ethan Keller, who then finds Oliver Morgan. Morgan into the corner, David Height driving baseline, puts up a shot.
Nice shot.
Wow, and he gets that one to go from 14. 38-25, back up to a 13-point ball game. Here's Kevin Higley, back out to Jack Haschel. Haschel picks up his dribble, back into Higley. Now to Jay Huerta, fakes a 3, pops from 18, and Jay Huerta is getting on fire.
They're looking more confident on offense for sure.
38-27.
Passes.
Yeah, you bet. a lot better here, as that's a big shot from Jay Huerta. 38-27, 30 seconds to go in the third. Ethan Keller now pulls it out. Kicks it over to David Height. Oh, stolen by Jack Haschel. Here comes Jack all the way. Picks up his dribble now. Spinning around, shoots a shot
Nice shot.
from the corner, 5 feet out, and he makes it happen.
Left-handed.
That's a freshman?
That's a freshman. It gets it within 9-point ball game now, as here's the last shot. Ethan Keller with the ball. Over to the corner, David Height for 3 on the way. And that's no good, as that's the end of the third. 38-29, the Culver Cavaliers lead as the Satellites make a run there to end the third quarter. Zingo Express of Knox is proud sponsor of tonight's action. Stop by Zingo Express in Knox and fuel up both you and your vehicle the Zingo Express way. Tonight's game is also brought to you in part by Todd and Josh Lawrence of Lawrence Farms. We thank Todd and Josh Lawrence for supporting local high school sports. Finally, tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Nepco Crane and Equipment Services, specializing in mobile crane service. Call Joe Nepp at 1-800-590-2272 for all your residential, commercial, and agricultural crane needs. Fourth quarter, guys, what are we doing?
Well, I think just the confidence for me, just seeing Shane Schumann get out of the game just made the Satellites feel a lot more comfortable about what they were trying to do, and they were able to attack the basket, and, they didn't turn the ball over as many times. So, that, I guess that says a lot. He's got 4 fouls, so we'll see when Coach, decides to put him back in.
Yeah, they look a lot more confident. The shots are falling. These 2 freshmen are catching fire, and that's got to be something Coach Spear is excited to see.
Satellites will have possession first for the fourth quarter.
Chance to cut into this lead a little more.
It is a 9-point ball game, right, Coach?
Yes, it is.
Now over to Derek Welsh. Welsh back up to Colin Ward here to start the fourth quarter.
Schumann's back in, so they're standing again.
And a travel called. Yep, they got Schumann back in.
Yeah, see, they just stand or go to that open spot and stand as opposed to flashing and kicking.
So Ethan Keller brings it across the timeline here. Keller finds Emiliano Ortiz. Ortiz back over to Joey Pizar, who then finds number 20. Now this is Shane Schumann on the inside. Fight for the ball. And a timeout called by Kyle Evans. Perfect timing. As I'm assuming number 20 may be Jonas McEwen. So Kyle Evans will call a timeout here to talk things over. Not much more to talk about than what Coach just said, really, as it is a 9-point ball game with 7:28 to go in the fourth quarter. Collins Insurance is part of this broadcast, taking care of all your insurance needs. Jim Collins told me to tell you, call him anytime at 574-772-6844. That's Collins Insurance, supporting local high school sports. Also looking around the gym, I see several of the Culver Lady Cavalier girls basketball players. Boy, I couldn't get that one out. The Lady Cavaliers basketball team. We see Kennedy Jackson. Of course, she provided excellent minutes, and she has committed to Grand Valley State University. She will be in shot put, and we see her over there supporting the boys team here tonight. I also see Amaya Williams over there. And Amaya Williams, we remember her coach doing excellent down low for the girls basketball program.
And only a sophomore.
Yeah, only a sophomore. So a good showing from other looks like some other sports here at Culver showing up. Who else you see?
I believe I see Michaela Hardy over there. She's from that 15 NSC championship team.
Oh, good eye.
That sectional at Oregon Davis was loaded that year. Loaded.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you pointed that out. Celebrities are in John R. Nelson Gymnasium this evening, as we're glad to point them all out. As this is Emiliano Ortiz, top of the key, kicking it over to Joey Pizar. Now inside to Shane Schumann.
That's offensive.
Blocking.
Dodge the bullet.
Shane's probably happy about that one.
Boy, Shane, he just lowered his shoulder and was ready to take contact.
Colin Ward.
Yeah, you can tell he likes to play football on that play right there. You can tell
but sometimes that doesn't
how
really
we got
work
all those
in
rushing
basketball.
yards?
Yes, yeah, right. No, it is. as Shane's first free throw's up, away, and no good. But yeah, that looked exactly like he would take it as running back or full. He was fullback, and he can take the hits. That's for sure. Second free throw on the way from Shane, and he makes it happen. Back up to a 10-point ball game, 39-29. This is Kevin Higley now. Higley over to Clayton Stroud. Stroud driving inside, kicks it out to Jack Haschel. And the ball's on the floor, stolen by Joey Pizar. Pizar back to Ethan Keller, and here comes Keller to bring it across the timeline so effortlessly. Cool, calm, and collected. Here comes Keller, now back out to the corner. Number 20 on the way for three. No good, rebounded by Emiliano Ortiz, and the putback goes.
Can't give them second chances when you're trying to get back.
Yep, this is Clayton Stroud back over to Kevin Higley now. Higley into the corner. Jack Haschel, but a timeout called by Eric Spear. He wants to talk things over.
Getting that corner on the outside again.
You know, passing it on the outside, and the other part is the other ones are just standing in the middle instead of flashing in the middle. I know it seems so simple, but the thing is it's so easy to guard when you're just standing. If you're moving, you're a lot harder like anything else. You're harder to guard, you're harder to see. You know, you don't know who's going to be guarding you. I mean, you can't just stand. Like I say, I tell them just have a rocking chair.
Well, and you're right. I almost remember a former coach of mine saying almost if you're a big man, start down low on the block or baseline, wait until the ball comes across half court, then come to the free throw line, flash to the middle. And then from that, if you get the ball, you can kick out because the defense will sag. It's just trying to get that motion.
Yeah, and the thing is once you do flash, it's the three things you teach them, and that's basically shot, low, opposite. That's what you always have. You know, as you get it, I always say, look shot first. I know, Mitch, you would do that because that's all you want to do is shoot. So it's shot, look low, and opposite. But you can't, you got to do that all quick.
Right.
Opposite is always going to be there.
Yeah.
But, tonight they've had opportunities for the low. There you go.
So they get it into Derek Welsh. He immediately puts up the layup, and that's the play they draw right out of the timeout. Coach called it, as that's Derek Welsh getting on the board.
Flash.
Yeah, nice job there. 41-31 here. 10-point ball game. It's Ethan Keller. Down low. Kicks out to Joey Pizar. Looking inside, nothing there. Back out to number 20. 20 back over to Joey Pizar now. Pizar driving inside. Oh, wow. Almost had it, but it looks like it may have been blocked a little bit as Jack Haschel come up with the rebound, and now up to Clayton Stroud. Stroud picks up his dribble. Ethan Keller on him. Dumps off to Colin Ward. Here comes Ward driving inside. Back out to Derek Welsh. Three on the way from him.
Splash.
Big time shot. Nice shot from Derek Welsh. I like that one. 41-34. 5:30 to go here in the ball game. It's Ethan Keller driving inside. Now back out to Emiliano Ortiz. Three on the way. In and out. It looked good. Rebounded Derek Welsh. Here comes Welsh to cross the timeline. Kicks it over to Colin Ward. Now into the corner. Jack Haschel fakes the three. Inside to Derek Welsh. Stolen by number 20. And they get it back to Ethan Keller. I'm going to assume it may be Jonas McEwen is number 20. That's who they have listed in junior varsity numbers, but I'm just not sure. As this is Ethan Keller, top of the key. Now over to Emiliano Ortiz. Ortiz back to Keller. Taking their time, Ethan Keller crosses over. Now drives over to the far side of the court. Now back up top, he's gonna pull it out. Now driving inside again, kicks it to the corner. Number 20 with the ball, driving inside baseline, picks it up, back out, and he stepped on the line. So David Height will check back in for the Cavaliers, and checking out is number 20, who we assume may be Jonas McEwen, the freshman. So Height's back in here. Clayton Stroud across the timeline here. Stroud into the corner to Jack Haschel. Pops a three right away. No good. Rebounded Jay Huerta, though. Put back no good. Rebounded Emiliano Ortiz. And he finds Ethan Keller. 4:20 to go here in the ball game. 41-34, the Culver Cavs lead the South Central Satellites in this matchup at John R. Nelson Gymnasium. Terry Minix, Brian Hammond, and Mitch Columbia are proud to be here for you. This is in the corner. David Height for three on the way. No good. Rebounded Joey Pizar. Put back no good, and rebounded Clayton Stroud. Stroud over to Colin Ward now to bring it across the timeline. 4 minutes exactly to go. Now Clayton Stroud. Driving inside. Jump step. Back out to Jack Haschel. Haschel into the corner now. Back to Stroud. Here comes Clayton. Back out to Jack. Three on the way. No good. Rebounded inside.
Nice box out. Jay.
Yeah, foul will be called on number 3, David Height.
One thing I've noticed, it seems like the Satellites have not really pushed the ball up as much as they did in the first half.
No.
And I would like to see them do that, because if you've got guys with 4 fouls, get them while they're back on their heels.
Right.
Take the ball to them.
Right.
So back up top is Jay Huerta over to Colin Ward. Ward driving inside.
He tried.
Just like that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Missed the layup, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by a Satellite. It'll be Cavalier ball.
Yeah, I would definitely be attacking Schumann down low.
But, I mean, you need to do it off of your defensive rebound. Push the ball up while everybody's scrambling, and you're going to have them back on your heels and more apt to get a foul on them.
Full court pressure from the Satellites as the Cavs are going to beat it. Here's Joey Pizar bringing it across the timeline. Pizar back to Ethan Keller. Keller has Kevin Higley all over him. Here comes Keller driving inside. Dumps off to Joey Pizar. And he couldn't get the layup, but a foul's called. So that puts Pizar on the line. Do we know how many points Pizar may have?
Pizar has 5 points. 5 points tonight. 9 rebounds.
5 points and 9 rebounds. Joey Pizar doing very well tonight as he misses his first free throw. And Kevin Higley will check out, and Jack Haschel will check back in. It looks like they want to get some shooters on the court, Coach.
For sure. Like I say, I'd like to see him push the ball up right here. You know, make or miss, get the ball, push the ball up.
Pizar's second free throw in and out.
Violation there.
Misses the second free throw, nothing called, and here come the Satellites now, pushing it up to Derek Welsh. Welsh cross court to Stroud. Stroud shoots a three, blocked by Emiliano Ortiz, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavs.
Good call, Trent.
As the Satellites will call a timeout here to talk things over for an out-of-bounds play underneath their own basket. We thank Stark County Co-op, your local agricultural cooperative that offers an array of service and support, including grain, agronomy, seed, fuel, and LP Petroleum. Call 574-867-2411 to contact the Stark County Co-op. Finally, today's broadcast is brought to you in part by 5 Star. We thank them for supporting local high school sports and remind you to shop local. That's 5 Star in the Knox Mall.
Nice, Mitch. You've been practicing that. My brother-in-law is going to be so happy.
Well, good. I hope he is.
Rick Rabb.
Well, hey, I also got a compliment from Mark Shell of Mark's Body Shop. He really likes your insight to the games, Coach.
Well, I appreciate that.
Out of bounds play underneath their own basket for the Satellites. They kick it out to Clayton Stroud up top, inside to Derek Welsh. Turns around, shot from the post.
Job.
And
Perfect.
Derek Welsh gets it to go. It's a 5-point ball game, right, Coach?
Yes.
41-36, 2:50 to go in the ball game. It's Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. This is the closest the Satellites have been in quite a while in this game. They need a stop here. Emiliano Ortiz wants to make sure that doesn't happen as he dumps it off to Joey Pizar, but a steal comes up with it as Jack Haschel, and here come the Satellites pushing it forward to Jay Huerta. Huerta fakes, drives around, baseline, puts up the shot, and he gets the layup to go. Timeout, Eric Spear, as the Satellites are making a run late here.
You could tell Schumann he couldn't be as aggressive there to try and block it because he knows he's got those 4 fouls, and Huerta was able to get around him.
And that's what they're doing. They're just attacking him, and making him make a decision. Well, I've done a foul or play as good a defense as I can. That was a good timeout, actually, by Eric Spear right there. And
right after it.
Yep, right
Perfect
after. And they got to understand, they're only 3 points down. There's 2 minutes. Just play good half-court defense. Don't give them second opportunities. The main thing that you ought to be telling them. You've got to find your man, box them out, and then, I would like to see them push the ball up a little bit, but they've done pretty well in that half court as long as they keep flashing and attacking.
Welsh has really kind of stepped up in this second half.
He's done a nice job.
He is driving the ball well, and shots are falling.
Hey, I also see Principal Brett Barron out here, too.
Yes, he finally made it.
I was wondering where he was. He's always here, working very hard. And I also saw Shane Lowry, the girls basketball head coach, here as well this evening.
We won't talk about Shane. He's a Sox fan.
Yeah. That's right. Mitch is a Purdue fan.
Oh, Jesus, guys.
How about that Indiana Hoosiers game, though?
Yes.
So Ethan Keller, top of the key, over to Emiliano Ortiz, back to Keller. And a foul called on Kevin Higley.
They still get two fouls to give before they get them into bonus. So, maybe one of them, that's not a bad one because you don't want to have to rush once it gets down there and you got 2 or 3 fouls you have to give.
So
Go
they'll
for
get
the
it.
steal. Go for the steal.
They'll get it into Keller as he kicks it over to David Height. Clayton Strow on him. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. It's a 3-point game. 41-38, the Cavs lead. Keller. Kevin Higley on him. Crossing over. Kicks it over to Emiliano Ortiz in the corner. Looking inside. Now back out top to Ethan Keller, and a foul's called on Higley.
Foul number 10. Kevin Higley his second. 5th on the Satellites.
Do they have anybody in foul problems for the Satellites?
That 3 on Welsh.
That's it.
Yeah, everybody else is 2 or less.
Good. Here we go.
So backcourt to Keller. Keller to bring it across the timeline. Keller gets it over to Emiliano Ortiz, inside to Schumann. Now he's on the floor, almost lost the ball, saves it back up top to Keller. Keller back over to David Height. Height crossing over Clayton Strow. Almost lost it. Strow's
Nice
on the
hustle.
floor. And now we've got to fight for it. It'll be a jump ball called. And the possession arrow is in Cavalier favor. So Cavs stay with the ball.
It's a lucky break for the Cavs.
Oh, man. Cavs keep possession as we see David Height check out and Oliver Morgan check back in for the Cavs here as Emiliano Ortiz is going to run this sideline out of bounds play here. They throw it back court to Ethan Keller. And Colin Ward's called for the foul.
It's all right. That's 6. So right now they just got to play good, solid defense.
Ward hit second. 6th on the Satellites.
So Ortiz gets it into Pizar this time. Pizar drives up top, now gets it over to Ortiz.
They're going to make him foul him.
Now over to Pizar, and they do. They foul Joey Pizar, and that puts him at the line, and he's had trouble.
He's 500 on the night, 3 for 6.
You can tell you're a baseball guy. You said 500 instead of 50%.
Yeah, that's the softball coach coming at me right there.
I'm sorry. I usually just pick on Mitch, but you were here.
I'm just in the crossfire. That's why I'm sitting in the middle.
Now you know what I've been putting up with all season.
No, there's that.
Pizar missed the free throw, rebounded by the Satellites, though. As it's Colin Ward to bring it across the timeline. 3-point ball game, under a minute to go. The Satellites have an opportunity to tie it or get within 1 here. This is Derek Welsh. Back up top to Ward.
Don't stand. Standing.
Ward back over to Haschel. Thought about a 3 into the corner to Jay Huerta for 3
Jay.
on the way! And Jay,
Splash!
you better believe it. Jay Huerta with a big-time 3 in the corner, and that ties the ball game up at 41 all.
Wow. I tell you what, I told you he wasn't a freshman. He is now a sophomore. The kid, I mean, we've seen 2 games. I've seen 2 games of him. This kid can shoot the ball. He can do a little bit of everything. And obviously, Welsh has had a heck of a second half. I mean, Satellites come to play the second half.
They clawed their way back into this, guys.
Well, we definitely got to ask Coach Spear what he said at halftime, because whatever it was, he might want to bottle it.
Yeah.
Save it.
Whatever he said, Welsh took it to heart and took it as a mission to come back, and he has really kind of carried the Satellites. And now Huerta's heated up here in the 4th quarter, and even Haskell has another freshman out there. He hit a big 3 and a nice drive on a backdoor move. It's seconds.
Yeah, here we go.
I
We
thought
got
this
a
might be a
ball game.
blowout, but this is going to be a fun 40 seconds right here.
I mean, the fight that
They don't
had
have to foul now. You know, Culver has to do something.
But, I mean, the fight that they had to go through there, that third and fourth quarter, to get here with 40 seconds to go, I mean, better late than never.
Got to take care of the basketball here.
As this is Ethan Keller. He's going to walk it across the timeline here. 30 seconds to go in this ball game. We are tied 41-41.
You know, one key thing is South Central does not have a timeout left.
I did not know that. That is good to point out. So it looks like Culver's going to go for one shot here, guys.
See if he calls a timeout or he's already, I guess he's already made his decision.
Yeah, he might have drew that up at the last timeout.
And the Satellites are not going to pressure here. They're going to let him happen.
Oh, I wouldn't go out.
Here comes Colin Ward. Here comes the play under 5 seconds. Ethan Keller driving around. He's going to shoot it from 14. No good. We are going to overtime, folks. This is our first overtime broadcast of the year.
You know, it would be in a night that I'm here. That's exciting stuff.
This is awesome.
They were. What was the score at halftime? They were down 13.
They were
12?
down.
At halftime was
plus 10.
26-11.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a comeback.
15, down 15.
Well, and then look what they've scored in the second half, from 11 points to 41. If I'm correct, Coach, that's 30, right?
Well, Culver looks like. Man, I feel like I'm like your mom. You know, yes, you're doing good, son. But the Cavs, I've only had them for 3 points in that fourth quarter. 3 points and it looks like 12 for.
Well, and then also think about this. That second quarter, the Satellites didn't score until like 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Right.
So what they did in that third and fourth quarter, my gosh, defensively, they got the Cavs in trouble on fouls, and they took advantage of it.
Well, I think the big key was when Schumann did get that fourth foul.
Yeah,
I think they really decided, hey, we can attack now, and they did, and they were moving better without the ball and getting second chance opportunities. It all worked out good for them there.
4 minutes in the overtime, and you got 2 guys on the floor with 4 fouls.
This will be interesting.
This is going to be a fun 4 minutes.
Satellites, they'll have that one timeout that they get for the overtime, so they'll have 1, and the Cavs will have 4.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you breaking that down. I would have known that. In the middle.
One thing I've noticed is the Cavs in 3 out of 4 quarters had the last second shot, and I didn't like how they managed any of those possessions. It just didn't seem like they had a good game plan there.
So the tip is up for the overtime, as our tip is brought to you in part by JT Shirt Shack and Web Printing in Winamac, as the Cavs control the tip for overtime here. 4 minutes of overtime. It's 41-41, tie ball game. As they said in football season, whenever the Culver Cavaliers and the South Central Satellites meet, it's a battle, and that's proving to be true in basketball season as well. Keller up top, taking his time. He's going to take the pick from Shane Schumann. Pops a 3, top of the key, no good.
Schumann, number 5.
And there it is.
That's unfortunate. Early in this overtime, they're going to miss him for the next 3.5 minutes.
So Shane will come up with his 5th foul on trying to fight for the rebound
and
there.
We're in the bonus for both teams now.
That's one of them that's definitely ill-advised. You know, he wasn't. He was out by the 3-point line and trying to go over the back. He's smart enough. He knew that wasn't a good one for him.
So that puts Colin Ward at the line, like Brian just mentioned. This is a one-on-one opportunity, and Colin Ward hits the first of 2. So he will get a second free throw here, as the South Central Satellites just took the lead. First time since the opening minute.
Nice.
As he hits the second one. So the Satellites are up 43-41 now. A change of events here, as this is Ethan Keller to bring it across the timeline. Keller over to Oliver Morgan, inside to Emiliano Ortiz, and a foul's called.
Not a good foul.
Looks like it's on Kevin Higley.
I can't help but think about Piser's his 1-and-1 chance he had down the stretch there, and he missed that 1-and-1 opportunity. They had basically a chance to put that game away.
So this is Ortiz now. Misses the free throw. Rebounded by Colin Ward. Went through the hands of David Height. So here comes Ward to cross the timeline. He dumps it off to Jack Cashel in the corner. Back up top to Colin Ward. Ward driving around, picks up his dribble. Now he's trapped.
All of them are on the perimeter.
Back out to Clayton Stroud now. And it's a turnover. It's a turnover, Coach.
Cavaliers have missed 7 of their last 8 free throws.
Wow. Yeah, you can't have that.
Hard to win ball games when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Free throws are watching a lot of Jack Edison basketball. You didn't see a lot of missed free throws.
No. 3 in the corner to David Height. No good. And an over-the-back call. You're right, Coach, on Emiliano Ortiz. And that's, So the Satellites will have possession here. Let's see if they can get flashing to the middle like Coach wants here. That's exactly what has worked for them. Oh, they'll be shooting a 1-on-1. I forgot they're in the bonus.
He's going to flash for the middle right at the free throw line.
Right now. Yeah, now they're flashing in the middle for you, Coach. Here's the first free throw, and he makes it count. As that makes it 44-41, a 3-point ball game. He makes this. This is a 2-possession ball game. He could make it for the Cavs. And he does.
Nothing but net.
You bet. 45-41. The Cavs down by 4 here. Shane Schumann on the bench. He has 5 fouls. Here's Ethan Keller behind his back. Kicks it over to Oliver Morgan. Back up top to Ethan Keller. Keller now over to David Height. Into the corner now to Joey Pizar. Pizar over to Oliver Morgan. Then finds David Height in the corner. Back up top to Ethan Keller. Keller with Clayton Stroud on him. Takes the pick from Oliver Morgan. Here comes Ethan Keller driving inside, puts up the layup, no good. Rebounded by Kevin Higley. Here come the Satellites, and Higley's going to bring it back out. Now he picks up his dribble.
Nobody in the middle.
Gets it over to Colin Ward. Now Ward brings it across the timeline. Ward back out to the corner. Clayton Stroud fakes the 3. Now back up top. Now he stops at the free throw line. Back out to Colin Ward. And they spread it back out. Here comes Colin Ward, cross court to the corner. Jay Huerta fakes the 3, driving inside baseline, blocked, and it's saved by Emiliano Ortiz.
He did a nice job of establishing getting inside there. It could have been an out of bounds.
So Ethan Keller with the ball, 1:30 to go. Gets it over to Ortiz in the corner. Emiliano back up top to Ethan. Keller with the ball, back over to Emiliano. Ortiz now looking inside, nothing there. Back up top to Ethan Keller. Keller dribbling forward. Now stops, kicks it over to the corner to David Height. Fakes the 3, driving inside, puts up the layup, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Jay Huerta, though, and that's 1 minute to go in the ball game here. Huerta, blocking foul called.
And Morgan's out.
His 5th.
Yep. And it's on Oliver Morgan, his 5th foul. That gets the second big man for Culver out of the way, Coach.
That's a tough one. That call could have probably went either way on that one. It's one of them. Like I say, 50% of the people are happy, or 500% are happy, then the other 500 aren't.
So that puts Jay Huerta at the line.
I would think this is one of the kids you'd want at the line.
Yes, and he swishes the first free throw. This is helping them big time if he hits these free throws here, as it's a 5-point ball game now. He has an opportunity to make it a 6. So Huerta gets set in his free throw motion, puts up the second free throw and makes it count. 47-41, 1 minute to go in the ball game. What a change of events here, as this is Ethan Keller driving inside, puts up the layup, blocked by Colin Ward, and then Joey Pizar wraps his arm around Colin, fouls him immediately. And Colin Ward looks over at the bench, and he is very happy right now, rallying his troops. You see the entire Satellite bench stand up in approval. They are very happy with the way this game went late. As this is Colin Ward at the free throw line, and he makes it count, 48-41. In a game that saw the Cavaliers control most of it. I'd go as far as to say all the way to the third quarter was controlled by Culver, and a late surge in the third and the fourth quarter belonged to the South Central Satellites, and they are in this lead here by 8. This is Ethan Keller. The Cavs need a shot. 3 on the way from Ortiz. No good. Rebounded by Derek Welsh. Here comes Derek, and a reach-in foul called by Emiliano Ortiz.
You know, from all them shots that Satellites were struggling to get in that first half, they've done a much better job this second half in this overtime of finishing.
It's going through, yes.
So Derek Welsh makes the first one count. Now it's a 9-point ball game. 9 points in an overtime quarter. Of course, they're mostly at the line, but still, as he gets the second one up, no good.
You had to go jinx him, didn't you?
I'm sorry. Rebounded. Here comes Ethan Keller.
That's what sportscasters do, jinx people.
Right? Top of the three from Ethan Keller. And then a timeout by Kyle Evans as he wants to talk things over. That makes it 44-50, a 6-point ball game. There's still plenty of time here with 33.6 seconds to go. What are you drawing up if you're on the defensive end here? I mean, you got to foul.
Well, they're definitely going to foul. You're going, well, first of all, you're going for the 5-second call. Second thing, you're going for the steal. Third, if it does come in, you're fouling. Now, as a coaches, they're trying to figure, they know who they want to foul. Who's the person that they want to foul. I don't know who the shooting percentage is for him, but I'm sure they said once he gets it, we definitely hack-a-shack him.
So full court press from the Cavs here, as it'll be Clayton Stroud to take it out.
He knows he can run the baseline there.
And he gets it over to Jack Haschel. Haschel's going to bring it across the timeline, and he's going to hold on to it. He wants to shoot free throws, Coach.
Yeah, it's one of them that I always said, if you're not going to get rid of the ball, you better make them.
Freshman.
That's what I would always do.
We got a freshman at the line.
I didn't want to pass it off. I knew the foul was coming. I just wanted to shoot free throws.
Oh, you're that guy. Okay.
Haschel.
There you go.
Makes it count.
Tell you what, the freshmen have really done well. I mean, the future looks really bright for the Satellites.
And the height. I can't get over their height for freshmen.
Nice.
Haschel makes the second one count. Haschel's 5'11". You see Jay Huerta at 5'11". Stroud, a sophomore, at 5'11". You can only hope that the summer is good for them. As here's Ethan Keller getting it in, 52-44. Oh, nice hesitation. Puts up the shot down low as he got around Colin Ward, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
I think that's one where Coach Spear might want to say to him, hey, we really didn't need that foul.
Yeah, you go ahead and let them
play
have
good
2
defense.
points
Let them have the
there.
2 points.
So Keller's first free throws on the way is good, making it 45-52. We see Jack Haschel checking back in. I guess I didn't see him check out.
Yeah, he checked out after he made his free throws, and so he's in there to obviously get the ball and shoot free throws.
Shoot free throws, yeah. Keller misses his second free throw, tried to be saved by a Cav, and it's last touch by Cavalier. It'll be Satellite ball here with 22.2 seconds to go in the ball game.
He was asking if he could run the baseline, and
Kirk
Robinson said no.
So Stroud trying to get it in. He does to Colin Ward.
Wide
all the way
open.
up to wide open Jay Huerta. He's going to go for the easy lay-in, and he missed it. Rebounded by number 20. Up to Ethan Keller. 14 seconds to go here. Keller over to Joey Pizar. He's going to shoot a three and misses it. Rebounded by David Height in the far corner, though. Height back up to Pizar. Shoots another three on the way. No good. Rebounded by David Height again in the corner. Saved right to Jack Haschel, as that will be the end of the ball game. 45-52. The South Central Satellites come away with a big-time win here at John R. Nelson Gymnasium in Culver, Indiana. Wow.
That's a fun one.
You talk about a tale of two halves.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, we haven't witnessed a game like that all season.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what Coach Eric Spear said at halftime, but he needs to be able to sell whatever that is, and, to a lot of other coaches.
Yeah, I got to give it up. South Central, they didn't quit. They played hard the whole way. If I'm Culver, I'm looking at my free throw percentage down the stretch. That really killed them. And then turnovers.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had them for 25 turnovers, Culver at 25, but I had the Satellites for 23. So they had a lot of turnovers as well. But I think for me, the biggest difference in that game was I think the two big guys, Morgan and Schumann, both really got in some foul problems, really hurt that, what they wanted to do, clogging up the middle and everything they were doing early against the Satellites. And when they got in them foul problems, the Satellites kind of could do whatever they wanted.
Well, we're going to take a break and come back for the Collins Insurance postgame show. For Terry Minix and Brian Hammond, I'm Mitch Columbi. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Howard's Marathon in Winnemac has a reputation built on getting things done right. With 30 years experience as an ASE Master Auto Technician, Dean Wentz is the right choice for the auto repairs or service. From auto computer diagnostic checks to new batteries and tires, they can take care of it all. Howard's Marathon is a proud supporter of area high school sports and wishes all teams a great season. Howard's Marathon, 121 South Monticello Street in Winnemac. Call 574-946-6894.
Real magic is everywhere. It's in your mom's cooking. In 4-hour dinners with friends. And that first bite of something new. And in the fizz of a Coca-Cola. Now with so many options for less than $5, the Coca-Cola Value Collection will help you make the most out of every magic moment for so much less. Taste the magic for less with Coca-Cola.
Welcome to the Collins Insurance Agency's post-game show. Let's get back to Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
Well, the Culver Cavaliers the South Central Satellites came away with a big-time win today as the Culver Cavaliers fell to the South Central Satellites as the Satellites came back in the second half and really played a fantastic second half of basketball, guys. We talked about the Cavs really doing well at the halftime break, and then now we've flipped. It's like,
well, that's what I said. It definitely was a tale of two halves, and they kind of everything that didn't work for the Satellites the first half absolutely worked great for them in the second half, and vice versa. The Cavs were knocking down shots and getting 50-50 balls, and then in the second half they weren't able to get the shots, and I'd say the biggest keys for me were the two big guys, Schumann and Morgan, both fouling out and getting into them foul problems, and I don't think they had the type of game that they need and usually want from them.
What was your thoughts on that second half, Brian?
Well, like Coach said, when Schumann got into foul trouble, it looked like Welsh for South Central. He really started. He started driving the lane. He's picking up some nice, easy buckets down there on layups. And he just really stepped up and kind of took over for the Satellites. And then you have the two freshmen, Huerta and Haskell, hitting some big threes in the fourth quarter. And the momentum just fell in favor of South Central. And sometimes when that happens, it doesn't matter how good you play. There's just nothing you can really do about it. When shots fall, they fall.
Well, it's the first time we've seen a comeback, come from behind win like that this season.
And our first overtime.
So we got to see some excitement tonight. You hate to see any of our area teams lose, but you also want to see them come back from behind like that and provide us an entertaining atmosphere. So you got to be happy for the South Central Satellites, and tough loss for the Culver Cavaliers. We're going to step away and come back for our Stark County Co-op play of the game. That's next. This is the Collins Insurance postgame show, and you are listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Collins Insurance Agency in Knox has done it again. They have earned the distinction of preferred agency partner from the Western Reserve Insurance Company.
Can't touch this.
So what does that mean for you? Collins Insurance Agency provides themselves of taking care of its community. That means providing the best insurance that keeps you and your family safe in a time of need. And with this honor, Collins Insurance Agency looks forward to providing Stark and surrounding counties the best customer service you and your family deserve. Collins Insurance Agency in Knox, living the golden rule by treating you like family.
Farm Fertilizers and Seeds is proud to be our area's newest sales representatives for Pioneer Hybrid Seed. This is Andy Awald. Pioneer offers top-of-the-line genetics, a complete portfolio including alfalfa and wheat seed, and cutting-edge seed traits and technologies. Combined with exceptional financing options, Pioneer provides the total package, one that we are proud to be able to offer our customers. If you are currently working with a Pioneer sales representative, you have made a good choice. If you aren't, let Farm Fertilizers and Seeds show you how Pioneer can work on your farm. Call us today at 867-2441 to answer any of your questions.
It's time for the Stark County Co-op play of the game. Now, let's return to the voices of WKVI, Sports Director Mitch Columbi and Coach Terry Minix.
Joining us this evening, along with Terry Minix, is Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Zone, Brian Hammond, this evening. We appreciate you joining us, Brian. What was our Stark County Co-op play of the game, Coach?
Well, I mean, there was a lot of great plays in the second half for the Satellites, obviously, but the one that kind of stuck out for me that it happened in the overtime and kind of spread it out a little bit was Colin Ward had a block on the defensive end. And at the 52.8 mark, he got a block, and it was 47-41 at that time. It was an easy layup for them, and he blocked it. And then he got fouled after he got that. He hit the 2 free throws, and at that time the Satellites went up 49-41, and there was no looking back at that time. But for that reason, Colin Ward has the play of the game.
All right, congratulations to Colin Ward on earning our Stark County Co-op play of the game. The Collins Insurance post-game show continues as the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game is next. You're listening to Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
The Stark County Co-op has been a member-owned farm services co-op in Stark County since 1928. That's over 90 years, and they're still providing the same quality agronomy services to the farming community of Stark and surrounding counties. The Stark County Co-op is an LP and fuel provider. The Stark County Co-op purchases grain at both locations, Hamlet and Browns. You can reach them by phone at 1-800-782-3392, the Stark County Co-op.
Since 1936, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning have always taken pride in doing the job right. Third-generation owner Brian Hammond and his family have always set the standard when it comes to taking care of all your heating and cooling needs. Making your home a comfortable home is the absolute top priority. If you are uncomfortable in your home, give them a call at 574-936-4660. Follow them on Facebook. Let Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning help you take control of your comfort. Time to announce the Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. Mitch.
Hey, appreciate it, John. It's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game, given in memory of Ashley Derrickson, a 2008 graduate of North Judson San Pierre High School who battled cancer throughout her high school career before losing that battle on December 12th of 2008. We'll tell you who's earned that honor after this word from 5-star.
5-Star, the largest meat and grocery store in the area, focused on quality, value, and customer service. The 5 stars in the name of the store come from 5 family members of the original owners serving in World War II, each one represented by a blue star on a flag hanging in the front window of the family home. That's why even decades later, 5-Star is known for its dedication to service. Now that dedication means savings for you. 5-Star, one of the We Care stores, the area's largest meat and grocery store, focused on quality, value, and customer service. Located, you know where, in the Knox Mall.
All right, fellas, it's time now for our Ashley Derrickson 5-star player of the game. I turn things over to Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Brian?
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, we got, I'm going to see if Derek Welsh, 16 points, 6 rebounds. He really came alive in that third quarter and he was the tip of the spear for that South Central offensive onslaught there in the second half, and you could tell the intensity by him. He was really hyped up, and he really wanted to win that basketball game. So whatever Coach Spear said in that locker room, yeah, he took to heart and he owned it. And it's funny, I said tip of the spear, so.
Tip of the, that's a good one.
I didn't
like
even
that.
think of it. No pun intended, but it worked out.
Well, I would also say Welsh did a good job of the few times he did. He flashed to the middle. He got to the middle, Coach.
He attacked. And that was the whole thing that I thought they did a much better job. Like I keep, beating that dead horse. But, when Schumann went out, it was just a lot easier for him, and he did a really nice job of that.
Well, I'll see if we could get Coach Spear up here see what he was going to say at that halftime break.
But I would tell you that is a great pick of having him as your player of the game, because he really did change the whole. That third quarter was just totally him, and he ignited the rest of the team. I felt it, and obviously them 2 freshmen took over from then on.
Yeah.
Well, we have an opportunity to talk with head coach Spear. Brian had a really good play on words there. You want to tell him what you just said, Brian?
So we were talking about player of the game, or player of the game, and Derek Welsh. He kind of came alive there in the third quarter, and I said he kind of was the tip of the spear there, leading the way for that.
Nice play on words.
Yeah, I did. I'm not familiar with the coaches, so I kind of totally forgot that.
I like it.
Yeah, so it worked out well for my. Second ever broadcast.
Well, this is Brian Hammond of
Nice
Standard.
to meet you. Eric Spear.
Standard Plumbing, Heating, and
Hey,
Air
Coach,
Conditioning.
all I really want to know is, what did you say at halftime? Because I want you to bottle it, and we'll sell it.
Yes.
Honestly, it was one of the most calm times I've been, because I felt like we played a really good first half. We just didn't make shots. And all year it's been we turn it over again. We had 6 turnovers or 8 turnovers at the half, and we had a bunch of shot attempts, and I actually thought good ones. So I said, guys, if you keep battling like that on defense and you hold them to another 26 points, we'll find a rhythm. Like, the rhythm will come. We'll get the good shots. So I was pretty confident in that. And, I don't know. Honestly, that was.
Well, it was our first overtime broadcast of the season, and not only that, for the majority of that first half, Culver was in control.
Yes.
Really. But then you guys came out there late in the third quarter and had a heck of a run there in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
To tie it up there with 39 seconds to go in the fourth quarter, that just shows you the fight was there. And you talked in the pregame, you wanted them to come out and show that because of the injuries, because of the sickness, and I think they responded well to you.
Yeah, this is the best game I've ever been a part of as a coach, and I've won a couple sectional games, and those were fun. But this was like you could tell I'm kind of emotional because we were shorthanded.
Yeah.
Colton Bennett's sitting there coaching the whole time when he could be upset, which I would be upset. He's down there helping. He's coach. We got offense, defense here. Guys like Derek Welsh, who we've seen it every day in practice, and that's what's so frustrating sometimes watching him play, because it's like, will you just do what you do in practice? And tonight he did. He took it to the rim. He made a big 3. He was running the offense. It's a good lesson. We always talk about getting better every day. Just be better today than you were yesterday, and this is a culmination of that. We knew at one point it'd all come together, and tonight was the night, and it was, we needed it.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys that I saw, Coach, was when Schumann got in foul problems in that third quarter, and it looked like you guys said like a sigh of relief for your players, like, oh my gosh, we can go through the middle now, because they were getting checked by him. Or they were defending him, So I thought that was a big difference in the game for you guys, and then on it just was like wildfire.
Yeah, it's something we've done really well all year is take away the other team's best option. If you go through our games and look at every kid's best scoring average, they generally score at a lower rate. However, we've let the other guys constantly every game do stuff, which we're going to live with. Tonight, I felt like we had an all-around defensive effort, and it started on Schumann. We doubled him all night. We tagged him all night. We never gave him a good look, and I think he got a little frustrated and started making
he did.
a couple just silly things that he normally doesn't do, and you're right. When a player like that goes out of the game, all of a sudden the confidence goes from here to, oh, hey, let's go. And we did. That's Derek right away pointed out, Welsh, guys, we got it now in the middle, and it's true.
Well, you did a better job of not just standing and passing the ball around the perimeter. You were flashing, and like I kept telling them, I says, when I see a kid go to the middle and they stay there, I'm thinking, why don't you have a rocking chair, because you're not doing me any good. But you did a better job in that third period of flashing, getting good looks, and attacking the basket.
Well, you can't do that against them. You can't. They are so aggressive, and they're so good in their zone and their trapping spots, and that's the only thing we talked about at halftime was we're going to get better looks if you stop standing. And we saw that on film. All the teams they beat, the best players are standing on the wing.
Right.
And so I told Jay and I told Derek, you can't just stand. You want to get looks, you got flash in the middle. You're going to have to make some tough shots, and Jay did that the third quarter. He made a couple pull-ups, started going to the basket. Oh, that's a freshman, man. Jeez.
Well,
I know.
Your future looks bright.
Yeah,
with all
I
the
hope so.
Jack Cashel, big time three
Yep.
in the early part of that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And we're like, another freshman.
Yep.
I mean, and
we have
and
another
Derek-
one, too.
Yeah, and Derek's only a junior.
We had no seniors out there tonight.
Yeah. So you got to be excited for. I know you're still focused on this year, but in the back of your mind somewhere, like I used to when I was a coach for softball, you're like, man, I can't wait till those kids get a little more experience and get going.
Yep.
And that's exciting stuff. That's
It
exciting
is.
stuff.
I'm excited for Saturday, and I'm excited for Tuesday. But you're right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It would be disingenuous to say we haven't thought about that. Obviously. So.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming to talk with us. So we're not done with you yet, though. We're going to follow you guys Saturday for your home game against Knox, and, of course, we'll have you on the Saturday Sports Line. So
Perfect.
We appreciate you. Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you.
That
Nice
was a
meeting
bad
you.
one.
Nice to meet you.
I was trying to do it again.
I'll do a handshake. There we go. There we go.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, big-time win. Head coach Eric Spear of the South Central Satellites says we appreciate him taking the time, and we aren't done with him. We are going to follow these Satellites on Saturday and also talk to him as well as head coach of the girls basketball team, Ben Anderson, as he will wrap up the girls basketball season as it came to a close last Saturday. An unfortunate loss to Central Noble in the 2A Regional Championship in Winnemac. Well, KVB Sports is back in action Saturday night, as I just said, as we follow these Satellites to the launch pad for their next game. They will be hosting the Knox Redskins for our second to last broadcast of the regular season. Wow, what a trip. We will be going live around 6 p.m. Central. That's this Saturday. The tournament is just around the corner for our area boys teams. We also remind you to join us each weekend for the Saturday Sports Line. That's the longest running high school sports show in Indiana, thanks to Harold Welter. We always have several of our area head coaches on hand as we go live at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central on 99.3 FM and streaming around the world at WKVI.com. Don't forget about the replay every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, and I also invite you to follow us on social media at Facebook Sports to the Max, on Instagram at WKVI Sports, and on Twitter at KVB Sports for all Kankakee Valley Broadcasting sports content. Final word from you tonight, Brian.
Man, I'm glad I was here. It's Indiana high school basketball at its finest. It's what we live for in Indiana. It's basketball, and it's high school basketball, and it's just pure.
Coach?
Well, I tell you, it was a fun night, our first overtime. It was exciting because obviously Coach Spear was really excited, and like I said, I don't know what he said at halftime, but if he was calm, I love what he did.
We didn't really get an answer out of him. You noticed that?
He said it was calm. We need to talk to some of the players.
Yeah.
But no, it was awesome. But the last thing is, it was great having Brian here tonight because, we got an IU and a Cub fan here with him, and I don't have to just deal with Mitch. So it's great, and I appreciate you. You did a great job, and look forward to working with you again, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Brian, and we appreciate Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Yeah.
Well,
we love giving back to the kids.
Well, and we appreciate you being here. That means a lot. From all of us here at KVB, we thank you for listening to Indiana High School Sports. For our in-game producer, Marilla Schaefer, our sports analyst, Terry Minix, special guest sports analyst, Brian Hammond of Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, our in-game announcer, John Thompson, I am Mitch Columbi. The tradition continues. We are Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI.
Thank you for listening to Indiana High School Basketball on Kankakee Valley Broadcasting's WKVI. Sponsored in part by Coca-Cola, Culver Portside Marina, Nepco Crane and Equipment Services specializing in mobile crane service, Farm Fertilizers, First Farmers Bank and Trust, Lawrence Farms, Mark's Body Shop in Knox, Zingo Express, Pulaski Memorial Hospital, Stark County Co-op, Ancilla College, The Auto Park with locations in LaPorte, Plymouth, and Bremen, Standard Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Collins Insurance, Howard's Marathon of Winnemac, and 5 Star. We thank our sponsors for their dedication in supporting local high school sports.